G'day champions, how's it going? Welcome to yet another Matt Joe's live stream. How's everyone doing today? I've changed the setup a little bit, as I'm sure you'll see once we begin the edit, but yeah, some new things, some old things, some bad things like the sound the microphone picks up when I slam on the table, and the laptop's still blowing like crazy despite me bringing it in for a fix yesterday, which was done so quickly that it actually blew my mind. I couldn't believe how quickly they fixed the laptop. Turns out all they did was clean out some dust. We got Josh in the chat. We have Venkatesh Patra. Welcome back. We got Kuch or Kush P. Thanks for asking. My back is can I show you the machine I have? My back is slightly getting better. I have the what's it called? Homecom inversion table. Maybe depending on how many of these we drink later, I'll do a little live demo. Yeah, I'm still struggling. I'm still in a lot of pain, but it's getting better. So I mean, it's the first time that I've felt an improvement in my lower back in like 4 months or something. So that's nice. Hey, Roland, Alejandro. Oh, we got so many people in chat. Love it. The upside down machine. Yeah, so it's called an inversion table, and I don't know why none of the 5 or 6 physios I saw recommended it to me. Is this a conspiracy? Are they trying to stop me from discovering my own methods so I pay them more money for treatments? Who knows? We'll find out. Just gonna shut off my phone so I can pay all of my attention to you lovely people. What are we all doing? Who's checking in from where? G'day John G. William. It's always lovely seeing people come in and saying hi in the chat. Familiar names, absolutely lovely. So I got quite a fun stream planned today. I'm doing a live. Oh, actually, that reminds me. You know that feeling sometimes you get like, oh, I swear I had something on my mind to do. It was posting on Instagram that we're live. So I'll just get that out of the way real quick. Yeah, quite a fun stream plan today. We'll be doing an unboxing of this lovely box that I got from the Vitek team. Vitek is the umbrella company, I guess they own, or they, I don't know if they own. They do the they do SERP, Manfrotto, Gitzo, Lastolite, I think, a bunch more brands. Super cool to see a company like that kind of own so many sides of the market. And the people I've been chatting to, they're absolutely lovely. So that is very, very nice, very fun to work with. Been trying to get in touch with them for a while because I wanted to kit out this place differently. Just trying to find the stream to share on Instagram. I don't know where it's gone. Is it in my videos in the app? So yeah, we'll be unboxing that. We'll be reviewing 10 days of GoPro footage. G'day, Mike Spivvy. Chopper in the house. Is that beer money? You can donate beer money in super chat. Thanks for that. Chopper designed the emotes that you get next to your name, the badges. Volume's low. That's good to know. Let me try and fix that. Or maybe you turn your volume up. I haven't changed any of the settings besides the positioning of the microphone is slightly further away than usual because it was getting in the way of my moves. So let me, yeah, I mean, I'll try and, is that better? Is that too much? It's kind of peaking now, but that's fine. Levi Jensen Photography, good morning, Minnesota. Wales in the house. Got a couple of Wales people. Martin, hello. Rhino Camera Gear is running ads on my videos. That's good targeting. I've actually never shot on any Rhino Camera Gear equipment. I'd love to try it though. Anyways, let's get this this share up real quick. How did I do this last time? This is my videos. Do I go to my channel and then find the video of me being live and then I copy that link? Yeah, there we go. Copy the link, screenshot that, and let's slap it on the story. Let's go. Happy Friday, y'all. Can't believe we're back here. Time's been flying. I've been so busy writing my old book, making it into a new book. More on that later as well. I have worked through the last 3 weekends, I reckon. Live, swipe up to watch. Add the link to that. Bloody hell, I hate the Instagram interface. So add a little color behind that, make it purple. Live, swipe up to watch, change that backdrop, that's much better. And we've got 21 people watching according to that screenshot, that's exciting. On the story, that's out of the way. Shall we crack the first beer? Random rotation. Yo. Oh, to you too. Forgot the ASMR. There we go. Good, good. All right, I'm gonna take off this jumper, even though I bloody love it. It's too hot already because I'm wearing the hat. For those of you who ordered the Time Warper hat on the previous stream, well done. That is now a limited release edition because I redid the design because some people wanted to have like my username or whatever on there. So I've actually used Choppa's logo to go behind it. Maybe we can do a new merch reveal as well. Hold on. Where I can talk about the mock-ups because I haven't received the new kit yet, and yes, I need the haircut, which is why the hat's so good. Anyways, cheers to y'all wherever you're watching from. If it's morning, obviously don't maybe don't get on the beers, or maybe do get on the beers. Choppa had a cocktail last time, so he's 8 hours ahead, I reckon. Sydney, Australia, my home. Bloody miss it. Oh, it was a waffle usually at the end of my videos, but we got a waffle at the start, which is fun. It's my bloody logo. Well, I will forever credit you, Choppa. I absolutely love it. I'm using it across all my stuff now, and there's lots more coming with it soon. In case you missed the previous stream, or you haven't watched my stories yet, designed a mug. This is an enamel mug, which is kind of a metal one, which I love the design of. Time Warper on it, but this one's changed as well. So the hat and the mug have changed. So if you got one, you special, limited. Anyways, what are we doing today? Richie Anchor, good to see you, mate. 2:15 in the AM. What are you doing up so late? Yeehaw. How's the lighting looking? I played around with the new lighting setup as well. Put a light in the back, but hated it. Also just saw my other batteries unplugged in, which might be useful for when this battery dies, as it usually does after like an hour or so. I've also changed the streaming setup. We're improving, we're getting better. The idea was to stream via Restream today, so I could go live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook at the same time, but I didn't get around to it because I only just finished the Ultimate Time-Lapse Guide rewrite and got a rough draft. We've got 55 chapters in it. The contents table, I'll do a little teaser later. The contents table for the new Ultimate Time-Lapse Guide is 2 full A4 pages with no space in between the lines, so that's very exciting. Anyways, all right, let's crack on with what we're doing today. So there's a pinned comment. I talked about we will be reviewing the 10-day GoPro time-lapse live. I haven't looked at this footage yet. It might be a bust. You might see me cry. That'll be fun. We're also doing, this is not a sponsored bit, but I am working with the SERP team, or the Vitek team, that umbrella company. This is the SERP Genie One, which is a motion control device. So you can move your camera very slowly for time lapses. Here we have the GoPro. I can talk about that little modded door I've got on it as well, and how I made it weather sealed, waterproof. We're gonna be doing beers, just boring old beers, San Miggy's. And yeah, I'll be running you through that, and then we can talk about the new audiobook. I made an audiobook for the first time in my life, definitely not the last. And the Ultimate Time-Lapse Guide, but that's maybe for the end. I don't know how long we're going to stream today, but at least an hour or two, I reckon. We'll see how we go. So, cheers. Let's, actually, let me know in the chat, what do you want to go first? The gear or the time-lapse review? The 10-day nail biter. That'll be a fun experience if it's like really shit. But luckily, I redid it because I shot it. Ooh, Levi actually has one of the OG Time Warper mugs. I love it. I know the mugs get a little bit hot, but that's just an extra sensation that comes with the material, I guess. And I prefer the look of the mug over the actual functionality, so they'll stay like that. Enamel mugs, I really love them. Yo, Mike Chudley in the house. What's going on, Mr. Checkmark? We got some verified chatters up in here. How nice. All right, so we got 2 votes for time lapse. That's pretty clear. I guess I titled it that as well, 10-day long time-lapse review. Also, so the idea, the reason behind this 10-day shot, I'll talk more about it later as well, is I want to just dump a 1 hour long time-lapse video on my YouTube channel to see what it does to the algorithm, to see if it gets picked up as one of those, like, put it back and zone out and, you know, get a bit tipsy and just watch that. But I don't know if I need to add context to it or maybe subtitles. Maybe I'll add some titles at the start. I want to do a voiceover as well, but that's what we'll be doing today. We'll be going over the footage and I'll be commenting on interesting things. And so this is the second time that I trialed the long-term time-lapse with the GoPro, but the first time it was just gray and rain constantly, which is boring. Now we've had some great sunrises, amazing sunsets. We have multiple days of snowfall. We've got clear nights. We've got blue, fluffy clouds. It's gonna be sick. No, this is not the time-lapse from the can. That one is still running. I've been told by the guy that made the can to open that one up in, I believe, April. So slightly shorter than the 6-month plan. This GoPro, this time-lapse that we'll be reviewing today is shot on a GoPro, the Hero 9, that I got, when did I get this? I got this from the Australia-New Zealand GoPro team, because I did a campaign with them. And I just remembered I still need to invoice them for that, I think. Good. Some money coming in. All right, cool. So looks like we'll be starting off with the time lapse. Also, as usual, there might be a cracking sunset happening in a bit. Some great clouds. So I've set up a time lapse that's running behind the scenes. So yeah, I guess you can see that on my stories. Yeah, let's crack on with it. Love seeing all the badges in the chat. I also need to... Wait, does that show? Oh yeah. Join the channel and get your badge. Editing screen. Remove the call to action. Voila, I've got a new round circle. I've been using them on YouTube as well. If you follow the channel and you know me well, you know that there used to be square little cutouts and now we have a nice round one. That's why the stream was like, because I was dicking around with that. We'll be using Final Cut because it just runs a bit smoother than Premiere Pro, and my laptop's already blowing like crazy, as I'm sure you can hear. Sorry about that. But yeah, what I've done is I have, using my post-haste time-lapse templates, here I have a, where is it, 10 days. This is just the project files, and I've just dumped the SD card in the raw folder. So that's straight off camera. We've got 45 items in there, which isn't all video. That's also the thumbnail files and stuff and all, whatever else the GoPro generates. Hey, love from India. Well, love from London back to you. Anurag Batu, good to have you here. Thanks for joining the stream. So, in this folder, we have these LRV files. I think they, actually, what is that kind? What does that say here? GoPro, oh shit. I hate these new windows. GoPro low resolution proxy. Wait, so that's a proxy file? Oh, that must be what it generates. Okay, interesting. The LRV file must be a low resolution, as it says in that file type there, preview file that is used on the GoPro for playback, because we've been recording in 4K time-lapse video mode. But, oh yeah, LRV, why are these names so different? Because the actual source files that we'll be looking at today are these. The MP4 files, and as you can see, the file size is different, the file type is different. And then the other stuff that's in there are THM file, which I think are thumbnail files, which is also used on the camera in playback. Let's do some time-lapse together, always. As soon as it's safe to meet up with strangers from the internet, I'm back in action. By the way, where did you come from if you're watching the stream? Come from Instagram or YouTube? Did you have a notification on YouTube? Talk to me. It's good for me to know where I can, pull people from. Because obviously I want to stream more, which is why I was looking at Restream. Now, Final Cut. I literally just imported that folder, kept it in location. Now the annoying thing is, in Final Cut they organize files by date. So I can't just grab all these files and, unless I can go here into videos and have them all in one. No, it's still by date. So they'll be out of order if I just drag them in one go. So I got to go to the first date of recording, which was 10 days ago. So we have 240-hour long time-lapse sequence that we'll be working with. YouTube and IG. G'day, Rick. Dark Knight, YouTube homepage, YouTube notifications. And channel members get a ping as well. Become a channel member. It costs $1 a month. And you get early access to all of my videos. A bunch more shit. It's good stuff, I promise. So, we're going to be making a compilation. So, also let's put Keycaster on so you can follow which keys I'm typing. I hope they appear on screen. They might not actually because my face is probably in the way. Or maybe not. Are you seeing those keystrokes? Okay, so we got to change this resolution. Let's make a custom resolution by checking the res of these file types. The SD card was a 256 gigabyte card. It's actually the crap, I forget the brand name. The Clev micro SD card that I used as a brand deal a bit over a year ago, or maybe exactly a year ago. I don't know if that's going to show. But yeah, 256 gigabytes, never had any read or write issues with it. Very, very content. Glad I made the right call in working with them for that promo. That was around Vid Summit last year. Anyway, so I didn't shoot time-lapse photos because that would be so much work. I wanted the video to be long because the goal of this time-lapse project is to have a 1 hour long time-lapse. Hey, Richie! Newest channel member, claps in the chat or dabs in the chat, depending on if you're a channel member or if you have access. Let's say yay Richie or something in the chat. Celebrations all around. The newest member, how exciting. Look at that fresh green badge. So good. So the reason I shot videos and not photos is because of file size and just dealing with it. I also wanted to see how well the GoPro would last or perform with Holy Grail shots, where it goes from day to night and night to day and stuff. So I've just shot it on full auto in night lapse mode, which is important to know. And I just wrote a whole chapter about that for the ebook as well. Voice is low. That's odd, but everyone else just said that the voice is good. So may I suggest, and I'll turn it up a little bit, but maybe if I talk like that, maybe that's better. Yeah, it's so distracting doing all these things at the same time. Hopefully this is slightly better. Okay, it's coming fine through there. Yeah, maybe it's your playback settings. Anyways, video time-lapse because of file size and ease of processing. The night lapse mode does good enough Holy Grails. We're about to find out, but I've done some tests and it looked pretty solid. And yeah, these are 4K files. So as you can see here, top right, I don't know what this does if I zoom in. I'm not going to do that. I might crash the software. 4,000 by 3,000 pixels. So that's just the photo resolution, the full sensor. So to put that in a sequence, oops, wrong button. To put that in a sequence, we need to, what? Why is that not working? New, I want a new project in events. Custom settings. I was just missing that button. Okay, so let's make a custom sequence, 4,000 pixels wide and 3,000 pixels tall at 25 frames per second. That's what the GoPro is set to. And now we have this sequence here of the same aspect ratio and size. And I believe this was the very first shot. Now, interestingly enough, on the 2nd of Feb, we started with this clip. Also, let's remove all the other stuff that we don't need. I had rejected those two as well. Okay, first clip. So that's got the same file name? Oh no, it doesn't actually. It's got a 1 and then a 2 and then a 3. Huh, so I wonder if I drop all of these in the timeline, will it put them in chronologically, which is important. Chopper, my hustle king in the chat. All right, I've given that a shot, but straight away I can see that this isn't the right order, so that's not gonna work. So delete those out of there. Actually, let's change the order of the files and let's try that again. But no, that still doesn't work. So we got to add them manually so that they're in the right order. First of all, let's just have a look at one of these clips. The first clip is 5 minutes and 20 seconds long, and it spans a whole day already, so that's exciting. By the way, I'm not sure if I'll hit an hour long with all these clips. I didn't actually do the math. Math? Peter Yen. Compared to anything that's properly mixed. I'm not a proper mixer, but good to see you in the chat, my guy. It's been a while. Yeah, it's because I moved the microphone a bit further. If it's really bad, we can do a poll or whatever, and I can bring it closer, but then I can't be as active. Anyway, this is when I started the clip, so let's just play that back, and straight away, that is a much nicer shot than the first trial I did, where I did a 6 day time lapse, because that was just great crap. Zeke in the hizzy. How's it going, man? Good to see you. It's so lovely to stream and see, you know, recurring viewers come in. So currently we're doing the time lapse review of the GoPro of the 10-day shot. That halfway or third into the first beer. And as you can see, with these changing lighting conditions, the GoPro actually does a really good job. This is a challenging shot. There's no way you can get a proper highlights roll off and have a clear sun there, but with the clouds and all that, it's good. There's not too much flickering. It gradually changes exposures. And this looks nice. And I was so happy to see this. Oh, there's a little white balance change there. This is so nice to see the first sunset of the sequence, because you're committing to a 10-day shot. You want it to be nice, right? Ooh, a bit of rain on the side there. It's nice to have a great start. That's better. You can see some more. Ooh, okay, so now we're getting some exposure pumping here. This is because this light comes on. There's a lot of other stuff happening. You see the white balance shifted massively from like the warm to the cooler stuff. We've got some rain coming in, and the light is going up and down, so it's very interesting. I wonder why that light is, ooh, love that rain. Wonder why that light is pumping like that. Besides that, looks pretty static. People are like, how do you deal with rain dropping on the lens? You don't. It's part of the scene. It's cool. And it evaporates eventually, so it kind of moves and creates these cool little flares and stuff. Oh, that's cool. This building here, I don't know if you can see it properly, has a new lighting installation on it. So it's got like a light display that happens every day at a certain time. And yes, actually, I have to thank Zeke in the chat. We'll talk about that later. He gave me the inspiration to get this modified battery door, which allows you to plug a cable straight in. And then I added some blue tack around it. So it's kind of weather sealed, because the first try was proper rating and I thought I was going to damage it. But yeah, so he gave the suggestion to have a door like that. If you're looking for a door like that, make sure to look around, because the first one I was about to buy was like £20. And I was like, surely not. Surely there's cheaper ways. Henry! Ooh, Rain-X, I'll check that out. Yeah, definitely. Ooh, that's a really good tip, actually. But yeah, I was looking at these doors and there was £20, and I'm like, for a little piece of plastic, like literally, this weighs 5 grams, it has a little rubber bit in there that kind of pushes against the battery. There's no way it has to cost 20. Did some looking around, found the exact same model, just on a different shop, £10 or £9. Still too much money, but convenient. Here we have a little look at some stars moving around. This might be a fun, it's so noisy though. This might be fun to do some star trails, depending on, on the noise levels. Cheers to everyone that's on the beers. If people are not on the beers, cheers to you as well, obviously. Also realized the laptop blows a lot because of Chrome, and I'm streaming via Chrome. I'm going to try Safari next time, because that's going to be better. All right, let's fast forward, because this is just gray crap, I can tell. Also, let's remove the effects so we can extend the timeline. Oh, Moon's in the house. See, beauty of time lapse. There's always something fun, something unexpected that comes in. Had a bit of a moon halo there, and as you can see, there's that exposure pumping that I don't know what causes it. Maybe it's the shape of the clouds. We get some multi-cloud layers as well, which is cool. I'd love to, I mean, this is not video, it's time-lapse, so seeing a meteor wouldn't work, because it only takes a photo every 10 seconds. Oh, that was interesting. Flight path plane, let's go back to that. Planes always go around here, but this one came from there. Maybe that was a heli or something. And yeah, sunrise, the first sunrise. Hectic rain coming in. I remember that morning, I was like, of course it's raining. This is a San Miguel beer. It's cheap, comes in tall cans, and I don't mind it. Stella here tastes weird. I drink a lot of Stella back home. Not a huge fan. So what I've done throughout these 10 days, how many clips do I have? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20, 15 to 20 clips. Instead of letting it run as one long clip, one single file, risking corruption on that single file, ruining the 10 days of shooting, every day or so I would just stop and start, and that's what we'll be doing now as well. Because it is such a long video, we can just go to the transition of 2 clips and just kind of like over 1 second make a little transition, so that if you do it fast enough, you won't notice. Like, did you notice that transition? A little bit, but not a lot, right? Let's actually make it even better because I forwarded 20 frames. So there's no spare frames on either end of this clip. But if I hit Command T now, it's going to create a transition. I don't know how long the transition is, but that's going to look even better probably than what I did before. So yeah, barely noticeable, honestly. Can barely make that out. Clouds are looking great. You know what also is looking great? 40 viewers. We had like 59, 60 viewers last time, and it was like incredible. That's me, I'm peaking. Can never do that again. We're at 41 now. Am I a streamer now? Love it. Also, what I really like about living in the Cloud Palace is, I mean, first of all, just this view and these clouds, I'm mesmerized. But also, the recurring wind conditions and cloud conditions and cloud layers, you really get to know like the circumstances of how weather behaves and moves over time. These are some of my favorite time-lapse clouds here at the bottom. They're still kind of lifting and blossoming or blooming, and then the top gets blown because it hits some more faster wind speeds, and then they look like little choo-choos. They're just kind of trotting through the sky. There's a bit of rain that you can see falling. Most of my time lapses are like, 20 minutes long, shooting them. Unless it's a holy grail shot, which is, a sunset or a sunrise. Then it's like 90 minutes on average. With stuff like this, you just get a whole different perception. Yeah, I think this is nice to put on YouTube. Just unedited, straight out of camera, 10-day long time lapse of this crazy view. And look at the color coming through the clouds. There's 4 different cloud layers. Look at that! That's like a UFO that came through. I got that. Illuminated rain at sunset. Look at that glow. Yeah, boy, we're gonna play that back because that was fantastic. That mothership of a cloud moving over the city, dropping a little bit of rain, getting that sideways glow around here, and this structure now moving back. Yeah, this bit here. I saw that coming. I got the camera. I saw this little gap here on the horizon, and I was like, this might be an absolutely stunning sunset. And we have Peter Jobson in the chat as well, everyone. I actually had a camera set up this morning for sunrise, the one that's shooting sunset right now, but I think the cold makes the camera misbehave because it's now twice in a row that I've had an error. But last time it still shot the sunrise yesterday morning, which is the one I posted. This morning, sadly, it didn't start shooting. I doubt it was my own skill that messed up the shot. I think it was an error due to the cold. The individual cloud spiraling on its own might be a lenticular cloud. They're like UFO or disc shaped, and they tend to stay in place. They're like high altitude, high wind speed, some things. I don't know how they work. I know a lot about how clouds move and behave. I don't know much about how they work and how they're called. I know all the names, but I don't know how to link that. This was a great sunset because it had this like lingering glow that you can see here. The GoPro doesn't make it look too good, but on the Lumix it looked fantastic. This, it's well past sunset and we still have all this light, all this color bouncing around and lighting up the clouds. Was it a great sunrise this morning? Fuck. It's always annoying when you miss one. By the way, for the people in the chat that are wondering about the badges next to names, if you sign up, you're a new member, you become an intern of the Time Warper, whatever, I haven't figured out that naming scheme yet. But then after a month, it turns a different color, and we have yet to hit the flaming badge. which is after 6 months, I think, because they're only relatively new to the channel. So that's that. We got some stars moving. We got Orion popping into frame here. Constellation, bit distorted because of the super wide angle on the GoPro, but yeah, we got Orion's belt, Orion's, what is it, sword. This is a nebula here. If you don't know Astro Backyard or Alan Wallace, two fantastic astronomy channels. Speaking of Alan Wallace, I won a book on Twitter, photographing London, because I added a hashtag to a tweet. How cool. Maybe I'll do one of those. That'll be fun. Yeah, let's not think about sunrise if it was special and my camera misbehaved and it didn't work. That's very sad. Raymond, hello. I like clouds too. Funny you say I like clouds because that is probably going to be my first t-shirt. We got some clouds moving in. Whoo, that was quick. It must have generated in front of that movement as well. That would be lovely at sunrise, getting lit up, looking like little sheep. What did I say instead of lenticular clouds? Because that's definitely what I meant, lenticular clouds. Drinking a beer and doing work and keeping an eye on chat, making sure audio and video is alright. When you've been working hard all week. That's work, that's a challenge. But yeah, lenticular clouds is what I meant, the UFO disc-shaped ones. I got some cool ones on this GoPro actually, or the previous GoPro I had in Italy, over the lake and over mountain tops and stuff. Very, very cool. We had a nice burner in Oakland. I don't think I've been to Oakland. Would love to go to Oakland. Some cute clouds moving in. Always love these city lights, lighting them up. Sometimes a bit of air bounces against these buildings, depending on the airflow, and then makes new clouds. This is all shot on the GoPro. I might update the pinned thingy, if that's a thing. Yeah, let me try and repin this comment. Reviewing, oops, can't type. Reviewing, oh, Jesus. A 10-day long GoPro Hero 9 time-lapse shot. Put that in the comments and then pin that. Message pinned, sweet. So context for new people coming in. And then we have, I wasn't even paying attention, the moon in the shot, which arrives just under an hour later each day and moves quite far away from where it sets, and then the next day it sets, you know, at another part of the horizon. But what I love, oh, I was going backwards. What I love here is with these clouds, that moonlight refracts in ice crystals in high altitude clouds, or like small floating ice crystals, minuscule ones, and creates this halo. And I feel like I just saw a halo from those clouds. Yeah, see that? This little halo, beautiful. Good afternoon, Sean Wright. How you going, mate? Happy to have you here. We're just at day, what are we at? Day 1, 2. We're about to have sunrise day 3. A little bit of exposure pumping there. Whoa. Like how, like what's going on in this camera's mind that it decides, like, is it lights going on? Is it car lights here at the bottom that make it flicker like that? No idea. We should try and apply some deflickering to that and see if it smooths that out. But the plan for this time lapse is to just dump that on YouTube, a 1 hour long or so clip. We'll find out at the end. It might actually be much longer than an hour. I just realized because I can already tell. Yeah, shit, that might be a two hour plus long time lapse. And look at that. Look at that. The city's gone. We got rain. Is that rain or just fog moving through? Text. Mate, I would love to know how to pronounce Kuzmirch. But that's too many letters in one. Apologies. But welcome to a live review of a 10-day long time lapse of a GoPro. How funny is that? Is that just localized low cloud? Because there's not that much cloud here, it seems like. But yeah, the city's gone. Very cool. The moon has set. Gino, hello, buongiorno. We are currently looking at the City of London. This blue-tipped, shard-looking building. You guessed it, is the Shard. We actually have some. I'll play it back in full screen from now on. We have some famous building. The Shard is quite famous through these buildings here. This is pretty much the city of London. This is 22 Broadgate, the new tallest building in that area. The Gherkin is right here, the butt plug looking building. Through there, I can actually see the Belly building or the Beer Belly building. I don't know the actual name of it. This area here is Shoreditch, or just the edge of Shoreditch. And these buildings here, that's one of my favorite construction architecture sites in the country. That's the Barbican estate over here. We have the Adobe UK office in this building, if I'm not mistaken. Way behind it is, I forget the name, Centre Point Tower or something, Brutalist building as well. And then we have the BT Tower here on the right. So this is the view from the Cloud Palace, which is what we call our flat that we moved into at the start of October. So that's a while now. Beef that, ik bet, zijn we zeker. The Google building, we can't see it from here. It's behind this cluster of buildings, sadly. I've tried to look for it, but yeah, this is kind of Shoreditch area here. And then the Google would be near King's Cross, which I think is behind there. Peter, bedankt, graag gedaan. Vlaamse vrijdag. Gewoon 10 minuten Vlaams klappen nu. Nee, is niet waar. That'd be too isolating for everyone else. We got some Dutchies in the chat. Stefan Kunz, my guy! Stefan, hold on, let me get your laptop. Stefan is my friend. We met in Sydney ages ago, and he's the guy that made this on my old MacBook Pro. Create something today, even if it sucks. That's an old vlog. By the way, speaking of vlogs, I've removed all of the vlogs, or most of the vlogs, the vast majority of the vlogs from the channel. Only channel members get access to the vlogs now. Hollandse vrijdag. Maybe. Is it bad to crack a beer at 3:46? What do you think I'm doing? I'm working right now. I'm drinking on the job. My boss is alright though. He's a bit of a legend. I'd love to go inside one of the Barbican apartments. I've seen some of them listed. They're horribly expensive and there's much to deal with, like issues with, paperwork and stuff apparently. But yeah, I'm happy with where we're living now. But it would be cool to live in that estate. It would just be a nightmare, I assume, for delivery drivers to deliver your pizza or your parcel in all those confusing flats. Pretty boring bit of night here. The moon will arrive in a bit, I'm sure. Let's go forward a small amount. There's the moon. That looks pretty full. Wonder what that is up here. Conjunction? Who knows? Sunny Mig, hell yeah. Pete on the bevies. And once again, we have a nice little halo from these clouds. We can see some changing wind directions. I love that I have you guys here, and I mean this. Sunrise, any color? Sure, yep, bit of color there on the right. But I love, and we have a half moon, not a full moon. That's interesting. I'm just like, I would do this anyway, but now I get to share it with you and have fun time and like chat and talk shit about stuff. And I can't believe I'm doing this. So thanks for being here. Really appreciate that. Hopefully we can make this bigger, and then it's going to be like a weekly or maybe more times a week. Just time-lapse streams. You can make endless content. And we have sunlight hitting the city in 3, 2, and some low cloud. Excuse me. Once again, just like the day before. Or is this... No, that was a different sunrise. Yeah, definitely. How cool. Oh no, concrete decay in the Barbican. I mean, I'm not surprised. It was a controversial site when it was built. They probably skimped a bit. Alright, that's 2 clips checked. And we have so many clips, and we are at, what are we at? 10.5 minutes. So let's add the next clip to the timeline. And let's make that transition. Command T, create transition, zoom in, back 40 frames, and see if you notice it. Probably not. I didn't notice it. I don't think you did either. So that was the other star of the day. God, look at that bird. I just rewrote the chapter for my ebook about removing birds and planes, so that's going to be useful. More about the ebooks later, but yeah, some lovely low clouds, some fresh high clouds. Beautiful movements going sideways. I said this last time as well. I'll probably say it every stream where we see different angles of cloud movement. That's how hot air balloons navigate. Hot air balloon pilots are usually piloted by former airplane pilots who just got bored with flying and wanted to do something more exciting. So they got into hot air ballooning, which I love. And everyone's always like, oh, it's so peaceful. You're up in the air, you're floating. It's not fucking peaceful. It's loud as hell and warm and aggressive. And you're landing and it's bumping and you're cramped in a thing and you can't shoot properly because everyone's in your way and the thing's spinning around and the flames up. It's super hot. You're sweating. Hot air ballooning is not relaxing at all. It looks relaxing from afar. Who's been in a hot air balloon? Balloons in the chat for the hot air balloons. Loving the emojis as well. We have a couple of hands, cat in a box, YouTube play button. Speaking of YouTube play buttons, got this one from Chopper. Don't know if you can see that. And yeah, some lovely low cloud cutting off the city once again. I think it was at this stage of shooting, so this would have been 7 days ago. A bit of rain coming in where I was like, God damn it, it's just another period of grey. But we already had some nice color, some cool moon halos, bit of rain, and we're not even at the snow yet. Because wow, look at that color. Look at that glow. Whew. Very good example of how different altitudes get different light. These bottom clouds are totally grey, whereas the top ones are still getting the golden light, which is cool. Jack. Yeah, skid tons would look good. Hey Jack, thanks for stopping by. Too chicken for ballooning, yeah. I mean, fuck, obviously if you're scared of heights, don't get in a fucking hot air balloon. And back to sunset. Again, some odd exposure pumping. Interesting to see these cranes moving around. This crane here, I always think is like static, but it does apparently move. You can see this tip here on the shard. As soon as I pointed it, some rain hits. That tip has like light animations, I guess. The camera setup is the GoPro Hero 9. Did I not put that in the pinned comment? Oh yeah, it's on the pinned comment. Cool. Oh no, not the settings. Rapid power package. Yeah, it's a GoPro Hero 9 shot in night lapse mode. I'll update that in the chat. Reviewing a 10-day long. Let's add some formatting. Hero 9 time-lapse shot recorded with a 10-second interval as a night lapse video. Boom, pin that one. These pinned comments are great. I was thinking about how Twitch is so much better for streaming compared to YouTube, but I know most of my audience is on YouTube, so I'll probably stick to that for now. But some cool rain dropping down there, that's nice. Oops, wrong window. These little drops of rain coming out of these clouds. Unless that's, yeah, no, that's definitely a little bit of rain coming out here. And the shard's blue light just shooting straight up on that lower cloud deck. And some stars coming through. Very cool clouds. Look nice in long exposures for sure. Yeah, auto exposure. Yo, so welcome. Vlaamse vrijdag voor alle dingels. Auto exposure, auto white balance. I'll try another white balance setup, but a daytime white balance at night with a scene like this looks way too warm, and I don't like that. And this was also a bit of an experiment how it deals with white balances. It's better than expected. A lot of cameras really wig out when going from day to night or the other way around. So yeah, it's honestly not too bad. For I don't know how much this camera costs, a couple hundred. This is a great setup to create these kinds of like crazy long cityscape or landscape time lapses if you have a safe spot to put it, of course. But this exposure pumping, I'm gonna send him some feedback because that should be avoidable. Yeah, some nice cloud interaction with the building there, the city cluster here. Some great clouds. And yeah, look at that. Air hits these buildings and becomes more turbulent, and you can just see it affect what comes after. Turbulence created by hot air rising out of the city, and just the fact that there's a wall of buildings, so the air has to go up, and creates this extra turbulent movement in the sky, which looks so bloody good. Jack's the blog in London. Hello, Jack. G'day, mate. All right, we're quarter of an hour in with 3 clips. So yeah, this is going to be a very long time-lapse upload. So what do you think? So this is going to get uploaded straight to my channel as a 2-hour long or whatever, however long it's going to be time-lapse video. Do you think that I should add titles, like look at this building there at this time, or just upload it as is and add a description? We've got the moon back in the frame now. Just leave it and have people enjoy it. I don't know. Also, title ideas that are, you know, good enough to click on but not clickbaity, but also I need more views on the channel. So, I'm bad at titles. So let me know what you think. Oh, that was that end. I know what's happened with all these files. GoPro's cut up files in 4 GB bits, file sizes. So it automatically, because I was like, I wasn't awake here. I was in bed, 100%. So it would have automatically generated a file. Yeah. So the file that I'm about to drop in is 4.01 gigabytes. So that is why it's there's so many clips, because I only reset it every day. So there should only be 10 clips, but there's more. All right, on to lost track of the days. Create a transition. Let's go back a bit and let's keep playing. Yeah, I've seen that lab stuff, but I didn't want to do... Well, first of all, I don't have labs yet. GoPro Labs is an experimental feature on GoPros. I don't have that installed yet on the 9, and I didn't want to risk another long-term time-lapse with experimental stuff, so I just went with automatic mode. Far out. Look at these clouds. These ones, if you follow them back to where they're originating, they're just kind of like bubbling up. So cool. Like around this area here. Look at that one. I hope that's clear on the stream. It should be. Just bloop, 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 bubble, bubble. Moving, moving. Nice. Just noticed for the first time down here, we get these little exhaust vents where air comes out. I assume that's maybe people using bathrooms and hot air or moist air comes out and hits the coal and then condenses. I don't know, just making stuff up. Looks like alto cirrus clouds there. I want to do like a weather course, so I can actually properly name each cloud and behavior and talk more about that. City fart. Henry, how many GoPros do you have running? I saw Henry's got a really cool housing that looks like a security camera system with just a little hole for the GoPro lens that you could install somewhere safely, long term, I guess. Bit of lens flare. Not sure why that is, because I kept it clean, but maybe from old rain and a bit of, you know, it's a dirty ass city. Some great clouds there, goddamn. So maybe some dirt got stuck and that's what creates that flare. You can see it here now as well. Doesn't look bad, it's part of the scene. I'm not upset about it. And, ooh, white balance shift there. 6 long-term GoPros, damn. Shooting any interesting subjects, or is it like construction stuff? I mean, it's still interesting, but yeah, another weird white balance shift here. So we have like quite a blue tone, and then it feels like as soon as this yellow orange is gone, it shifts to a more gray one to balance out the blue, maybe? I don't know. Look at that front of clouds moving in here at the bottom. That is nice. We see some rain here on the horizon in the distance. Nice. Is that going to hit us? It looks like it's, yeah, coming over. There it is. Rain moves in. Another weird flicker. And we're in the rain. Nice. That looks trippy as. I love how that looks. How cool is all of this distortion here because of the raindrops? And then you can that's another cool thing, is you can slowly see that the water molecules evaporate and that just like disappears. Boom, clear lens again. It was also mounted on this magnetic mount. Cans are not magnetic. Which is good, but not great. So I was very careful when wiping the lens, or, you know, stop starting to not push the GoPro, because I didn't want to have to stabilize sequences. And I don't think I pushed it too far at all. I can't believe we're back at 59 viewers. This is what we had last time as well. Thank you so much if you're watching, even if it's for just a couple seconds or a couple minutes tuning in. This is like, you know, 10 times as many people as I thought I could ever pull in, so that's really fun. Some subtle rain movement, blowing sideways here. I've also upped the bitrate of the stream, so hopefully you can see more details. Some nice random ass clouds getting generated here. Boop, again, like near the city, and then comes over and it's lower altitude. Bit of rain in them, that's fun. Yeah, I never thought about, they are anti-collision lights, I guess. But never called them that. Yeah, I just call them airplane warning lights or whatever. So yeah, anti-collision makes more sense. There's a hospital just to the left of the frame, and there's a heli that flies in every half hour or hour, depending on how busy it is. Which isn't as bad as you think it would be, actually. And I like airplanes and helis, so it's always cool to see them go up and down. But then you're like, oh, they're probably going to a really bad accident, so that's not so cool. But yeah, wonderful cloud movement here. Just nice fluffy clouds, some high altitude stuff. Some clouds getting, blown off the buildings here. So cool. Andrew, hello, welcome to the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Absolutely lovely to see some familiar names and faces, and it's just nice. Where's everyone watching from? Let's see which countries are represented most heavily. Australia is always tricky because obviously it's middle of the night there. It's 8 hours ahead. Most of my viewers I know from the stats are from the US, but I know we've got some UK viewers. I know we've got some people from Wales. Saw a Belgian in there earlier. So let us know the countries. Whoa! What is going on here? Look at the motion and the movement of everything. Oh my god, I was chatting. I was totally missing what was going on. So look at this low structure here and the high structure moving this way. And then that kind of moved back, and then it gets blown sideways, and then it stays static, and then it gets pushed that way. And then it changes, does it change again? Yeah, and then it changes here, it comes back. See, this is why I love time-lapse, because it just shows you stuff that if you see that in real time, you're just standing there like, cool, clouds. But then you watch stuff like this, and you're like, holy moly, that is turbulent. Vlaams Brabant, hello, Brabant. Wow, look at all that motion. Wow. This is sunrise. All right, let's get the next clip and add that after it. This was the sunrise on the 5th, so that's 3 days after we started shooting. That is one of the nicer clouds movement sequences that I've seen here so far. Incredible. Just air moving in one direction and going up and then joining the higher. Hold on, what happened there? Oh, I put the wrong clip in, did I? Wait, did I? Let's go back to the start. 6903586901587. Wait, did I mess up this transition? Yeah, that's not the same morning, is it? Bloody hell. So this should have gone from 6.9. See, this is why I hate this file structure. This transition was correct, right? Yeah, that's fine. I must have messed up this one here. Yeah, that's the wrong one. So that is that clip. And then the next one surely is the other 6.9. I'm in confusion. Why is that transition staying there? Odd. Okay, so that clip is that one. Then the 5th of Feb, the first clip should be 04, but maybe it's not 04. What's going on here? Let's reveal that in Finder. Date modified, and we'll just go down more easily. So 04869, that's the one at the end with the clear sky. That's not that one. Then the next clip is the 70. I'm so confused what happened here, because the end of this clip, does that coincide with the start of that clip? Yeah, it does. Okay, so this clip then, 69. Followed by 035869. Okay, so it's got the same naming scheme because it got split up from that 4 GB to 108 megabytes. So the one after that is this one then. Oops. Let's just drag them. See, we missed that short clip before. And then the next clip is this one. Just add some transitions there. Let's review those. Instead of using the browser in Final Cut, I'll just be using the Finder level. Yeah, that transition's fine. And this one seems fine as well. Yeah, that works. Weird. So where was that sequence that we were just getting our minds blown by? Was that this one? Yeah, okay. So then the next clip after that is that one, surely. Too much beer. I'm not even in my first beer. I'm like, got 2/3. It's because of, in case you missed it at the start, Final Cut organizes per day and then the clips, so you can't just have one list from beginning to end. Unless I just realized content created would probably work from that for that. But that seems to be, yeah, look, doesn't matter. We found a solution how to do it properly. Anyways, turbulent clip will be followed by that one. Okay, cool. Create transition. So let's go back here and let's play that again. So this is the sunrise after that crazy sequence. Yeah, so the fronts hitting each other, that's probably what that was. Because you never see turbulence like that. And look at that high altitude rain coming down as well here out of this bit of cloud. Like seeing stuff like this, it almost looks like it's spiraling. It's so cool. And again, there's a lot of stuff generated from the city interacting with that. And then we have something that looks quite clear, but look at the high altitude clouds moving that way. And then here at the bottom, it's going left. And then here it's going that way. So it's all kind of like, yeah, there's a lot of, it doesn't get much more opposite direction than that, which at some point has to interact with each other, right? So what happens then? I don't know. Should ask a weather person. Oh. Feels like it's getting more turbulent. That direction's changed. Get some growing clouds there. Some thicker clouds. And then, yeah, around that time it must have started, or like after all this, it must have started snowing, because then it stayed kind of similar for a while. Again, crazy cloud movements. And again, I'm just like, I can't believe I'm just having a ball with the chat, looking at time lapses. I found my people, my fellow time warping cloud fanatics. I should really be drinking out of my time warper cup, right? Some more high altitude clouds, and we get another sunset coming up. So the next idea, I've got a Lumix S5 coming soon-ish, is to do a shot like this, but on a proper camera. No discredit to the GoPro. But the Lumix's recording algorithm for time lapses is so good. And I do want to shoot it as RAW files, but that's going to be impossible because of storage. Because I don't know how many frames this would have been. We'll calculate it later, maybe. I'm just going to shoot JPEGs, because straight out of camera they're pretty good with no flickering. So we'll be able to make on one of my 256 gigabyte cards a sequence that just goes for 10 days in 6K resolution that would be. And then we can compare, like, is it worth the extra kit and equipment and gear to step it up? Interesting white balance change there. Hey, Timothy VDP/DJ Tracksuit. Hallo broer, alles goed? Timothy is my brother in Amsterdam, who does a lot of live streams and then does a lot of abruptly stopping live streams because he's playing music that isn't allowed to be played due to copyright reasons. Flemish Friday. The Time Warper cap. So I'm talking about merch later. Whoa, 65 viewers. That's the most I've ever had, I reckon. Time Warper cap and Time Warper hat. We did a soft launch on the previous live stream 2 weeks ago today. Oh, hold on. Gotta change batteries. The merch, if you can still hear me, I hope you still can, has changed because I got some feedback and I reviewed stuff and hold up, stop that, kill that, go back to OBS. How do I reset the webcam? This hasn't happened because I've changed the setup, so I don't know how to fix this. Display capture, hold on, give me a second. Canon webcam, properties, EOS webcam, utility. Why isn't it showing up? Oh, I gotta restart it. Hold up. I hope my audio is still coming through. Turn the camera on again. Clip clop. Quit that. Oh, that's annoying. We're back, baby. Sorry about that. I'm filming on the 1DX because of the autofocus tracking, and I don't have a AC adapter for that. Hope I'm back now. Deactivate the source and reactivate. That's it. Thank you. Anyways, to go back about the merch. Let me plug this battery in. The merch had a soft launch of my initial designs, and then listening to fan feedback, user feedback, friends and family, I decided to redesign it. So I pulled the existing merch that I hadn't properly launched yet. So pretty much the only people that got access to it were the previous live stream viewers. I'm waiting on the samples. I was hoping to get them in this week already so we could do another little release on stream, but they've been updated. There's now a new logo added subtly behind the Time Warper line, and same for the mug. So keep an eye out, but I will be either launching them on this stream or via the newsletter, which is also changing appearance and name and everything. We're Time Warpers now, baby. Little scoop that I shared on that previous stream as well. The newsletter is no longer the Matt Joe's newsletter. I'm modeling it after an old school magazine or like a digest or a journal. It's now called the Time Warper Weekly, and I've got a whole logo for it and a whole story, and it's gonna be fun. We're gonna redo community features and featured content and giveaways. Adobe's jumped on board. Licht has jumped on board. I am giving away my own video courses, ebooks, merchandise. There's 10 time-lapse deflicker softwares up for grabs. There is going to be 2 copies of LR time-lapse. So yeah, I've got big plans for that newsletter this year. The Time Warper Weekly. Sup, yo, Tor? How's the cold, man? Hey, Berlin Lapse, I missed you in the chat. Hey, man, how are you going? Berlin Lapse has been doing some insane hyperlapses. Hyperlapse gang. Surprisingly, in Berlin. You wouldn't think so with the username Berlin Lapse, right? Alright, let's add the next clip. That was a bit of a boring night sky there. Create transition and back to reviewing. I'm also almost out of this beer, so I gotta restock. Oh, odd. What happened there? Okay, this is interesting because this change happened by itself. I assume, unless I did. Midnight. Well, maybe I was still up. Maybe I fucked up somehow. But I know the GoPro uses like a built-in stabilization algorithm that can be a bit weird. There shouldn't be a reason for this change in positioning though. So this is the only time where you would actually notice a transition from one shot to the next. Maybe it's wind. This magnetic mount isn't massively strong, and one of the nights I was a bit skeptical of how strong that magnet mount was. So maybe it kind of shifted or nudged it, and then the built-in visual stabilizer, which is electronic, shifts the frame just a little bit. Not a huge drama, it's a boring bit anyway, but interesting to note anyway. Wait, you didn't get any notifications for the stream? That's very odd. Rico! How are you? Welcome to the Time Warp stream, where we are mostly talking about how clouds move in one direction and then go a little bit higher, they move in another direction. That's a lot. Is it me, or is this so much faster than before? Like, that cloud movement is rapid, right? And even those flickers are faster. I wonder if the GoPro wigged out somehow and changed a capture setting. So the interval is 10 seconds. Like, if I just go, let's mark where we are. If I just go, that's fast-ish. But this here that's much faster. Yeah, there was a couple of days with incredible wind where I was actually keeping an eye on it, because I was like, ooh, despite it being magnetically mounted, and then the cable was stuck to it, which was looped through a clasp as well. I'm big on safety, by the way. You won't see me doing dodgy stuff, because I would hate to kill someone with a camera while doing my hobby. Hobbyist photographer murders someone. I guess it's not murder, it's an accident, but yeah, you know what I mean. A lot of rain coming in. Yeah, it was super windy, right? Canon 80D skipping a beat. I assume we're talking time-lapse. Could be a lot of reasons. Do you have image review on? Always disable that. Disable noise reduction as well. Maybe your memory card is too slow and the camera is trying to write to the card. And then it's... the snow's arrived. Here we go. All right, this is what I've been waiting for. So, yeah, we got snow for the first time in I don't know how long. But that's fun. And it was thick snow as well. I was waking up around this time, I think. And we opened the window and I was like... feel like a child again, and then I just stayed inside because it was fucking cold. Also, can't walk because of the back issue and the foot and stuff. But yeah, that was cute. Not a lot of snow. I feel like there's more snow coming because all the roofs, there we go, all the roofs are white. See these roofs on the lower right here, and this roof here in the middle is going to go all white as well. Yeah, I noticed that orange light as well. It's a bit faster, right? So I wonder how that changed its setting, because I definitely didn't change any of the settings. Very interesting. Wonder how that happens. GoPro's just like, you know what? I'm gonna change your setting for you, and fuck you. Cheers, GoPro. Cheers, lad. So yeah, the skipping a beat on the camera could be image review, could be noise reduction, could be your memory card's too slow, or you're shooting with a too fast interval and the camera can't write it fast enough because of its own buffering as opposed to the memory card. So a bunch of reasons, but yeah, you can troubleshoot all that. Talk about settings like that in the new Ultimate Time-Lapse Guide, which is clocking in currently at 80 plus pages, and it's probably ending up like 150 pages. I've decided to go all out and say, fuck it to everyone else that's ever made a time-lapse ebook. This is going to be the time-lapse ebook. No disrespect, obviously. There's a lot of good other guys out there making stuff, but I've gone above and beyond on this one. So we see the roof here on the left now, having a bit of snow on the other roofs as well. It'll be interesting to see who's got a marijuana plantation in their attic, which is a bit of a Dutch meme, because of the heating systems that would, melt the snow faster than other roofs. Maybe we'll find an illegal plantation, and I'm not gonna snitch on them. Henry, no. Oh, plane or heli? What was that? Across the city, interesting flight path. Oh, that's flying. Interesting, I've never seen a plane fly like that. I have seen them, I think it's Gatwick in the south. I always get confused because London's got 7 freaking airports. Which one is which? But there's a flight path, and every now and then in certain takeoff conditions, they fly, and then their headlights, which are powerful as hell, shine right into our living room. And then I'm like, what is that? And it's, yeah, a bright ass light. But I've never seen a plane fly like that before. Yeah, it was chilly. Not super chilly, but chilly enough for an Aussie. Eh? Cunt? Sorry. Can't say that. Nothing too interesting here. I feel like the snow was bigger. Has the snow already passed? Or do we get multiple snow blows? I don't know. Almost time for a loo break. Demonetized. Oh, chat revenue is telling me I've made £2.80 so far. And we got 69 concurrent viewers. Nice. Oop. Why is that going back there? I didn't call your name, Chopper. I just said a dirty word. Stop looping, that's annoying. Alright, next club. MP4, drag that in there. Before we start playing, I'm just gonna grab a fresh beer and use the loo real quick. And I'll just play it from the start so we have something in the minute that I'm gone. BRB. Hey, g'day. Hold music. Yeah, I should put the lobby music on the when I'm leaving. Little toilet break. You're not supposed to be there. You sneaky little transition. Alright, and this is, what day are we on then? That was 5th, no that's not right, hold on. Shift F to show it there. So that is 8th of Feb, and we start on 2nd, so that's day 6 or 7 depending on how you look at it. Did I miss anything in the chat? I did not wash my hands. Yeah, I did actually. Oh my god, 79 viewers. I'll cheers to that. ASMR beer pops. Beer. Nice beer. Bit of rain, bit of fog, bit of cold, bit of snow maybe? Who knows? $2.80. Yeah, well, I mean, so I've got my screen here that I'm streaming to you. I've got the camera in the middle, and then my laptop has, behind the Chrome window, has OBS open. Before that, in front of it, is my YouTube studio streaming, and it's saying that the 76 concurrent viewers, 45 likes, monetization is still on, which is surprising, because of, you know, and chat revenue is £2.80, which That's the beer fund, fellas. That goes straight into the beers. There's a hair on my beer. That's disgusting. It's not Berliner Pilsner. Maybe I'll open a PO box here and I can get fans from all over the world to send me craft beers. Wouldn't that be fantastic? But I don't think it's a wise financial decision to invest in doing a beer stream because you just get demonetized, I'm sure. Look at that, snow on the roof. I like that it's framed in here on the lower left because we'll see that disappear slowly. Whoa. Oh, was that snow, you reckon? A little snowfall? Stella is definitely Matt approved. Despite it being known in England or in the UK as wife beater beer, which is sad because it's not a bad beer. And I actually lived in Leuven for a couple of years when I was younger. When I was a wee lad. No, when I was a student, I lived in Leuven where it was brewed. So we would every now and then, bike to our classes and Chopper, you're the #1 beer fund supporter. Appreciate you. Claps in the chat. Either type clap for Chopper or clap emojis or dabs. You can dab as well. Chopper, thank you for funding the beer fund. That is very much appreciated. And now my chat revenue is £5.60. So we've been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes. So that's, that's a fair wage in another country, maybe. So, okay, I've gotten so distracted now. Snow, it's back in the daytime. This is day, 6, 7? Clap. Also taking beer suggestions for next time, but it's got to come from Tesco or a cheap place to order them online because I only shop at Tesco because that's close by. Alright, hopefully we see some snow melting on this shot, so let's find the next clip. And before this one here, drag it in there. Computer seems to be struggling. Computer says no. Create transition and playback. Whoa, what was that? What is going on there? That looks like a bug. That's not supposed to happen. Oh well, doesn't matter. Japan, hello. I don't think we've had many viewers from Japan. Japan in the house, welcome. How do I say welcome to the stream? If I want to say that in Japan, how do I say that? Welcome to the stream. Teach me your ways, please. Alright, so $5.60 was the minimum wage for young people in 2018. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that information. Beer money. What else? What can you get for £5.60? It's a lot of beer streams to make a living off of that. A bit more snow dropping now. That's fun. Belgium and Holland had stupid amounts of snow. And I can't remember the last... So, I mean, obviously I've lived here now for 2 years. Before that, Sydney, Australia for about 6 or 7 years. I can't remember seeing snow falling and sticking on the ground, staying on the ground for... Even before I moved, it was years since I'd seen it. So this was cool. Really cool. Nice high altitude glow on those clouds there. He's in Japan, but he's Canadian. How do I say welcome to the chat in Canadian? Alright, so $5.60 gets me a 4-pack of San Miguel's and a bag of crisps. Yeah, just the snow kind of just missed where we are. But it was so nice to see people, Amsterdam just looked like a postcard. Neto sutorimu e yukoso. Right, I hope I just didn't say something horribly offensive, because that's something people do. Some great cloud movement. It's funny to note that because of how the global weather systems move, because of Earth's rotation, this and that, clouds usually move this way or that way, and it's mostly they're coming this way, I've noticed here, because of the... I don't know if the jet stream's got anything to do with it, but if you look at a world map and how the airflow usually goes, you'll notice why clouds are usually moving in the same direction, unless there's something local happening in that weather system that is messing that up. Coriolis effect, exactly. Did I only insult the grandmothers or also the grandfathers? The granddaddies. Grandpappies. All the snow's gone now. What day are we on? Flickering light here. There's not much to say about this, so let's fast forward. It's not very interesting. Sunrise. Hasn't had a sunrise. Oh, was that? Wait, are we? Is that new snow? Or is that just different? Oh, it's more apparent because of the light. And there's more snow falling there as well. Canadian, eh? Oh, I've never been to Canada. Can you believe that? Travels all over the world all the time. Yet hasn't done Canada. Hey Ken, welcome. Welcome back. So all the footage was stored on, and I mean, show this to someone 20 years ago and they'll be like, excuse me, you did what? It's a 256 GB micro SD card by Clev. Did a promo for them about a year ago and been using it since. It's a great card. It's solid, it's sturdy, it feels good. I've had 0 errors with it, whereas SanDisk or Samsung cards I have had issues with. And the video is shot as a time-lapse video, so not time-lapse photos, using night-lapse mode on the GoPro Hero 9. I used this little door, thanks to Zeke's View, who's maybe still around in the chat, which allows you to plug the GoPro in while it's shooting. And then I used some blue tack to make it kind of weather sealed, or, you know, it's not waterproof by any means, but it's good enough. And also the sequence I shot before it, which was 6 days long, I didn't use this blue tack and it was getting hammered with rain and it was still fine. So you can get away with a bit. The only thing that is slightly worrying is the power source, which is a Anker power brick with a USB-C PD port, so USB-C to USB-C. And that was just in the rain for a couple hours and I didn't realize. Pretty dodgy. How does the card taste? Okay, I've got a funny story. It tastes fine. You know what doesn't taste fine? You know which cards are not yummy? Or it tastes neutral even? Nintendo Switch cards. If you have a Nintendo Switch, run. Go and grab it right now. Take the card out and touch it on your tongue. I'm not kidding. It's fucking disgusting. And apparently, I read this in an article once, they've done that to discourage children from eating and munching on these cards. But a Nintendo Switch card, I've done this a lot, is yuck. This one, hold on. Yeah, this one's fine. Actually, no, that's fine. Good bit. Yeah, this SD card is not flavored. Yeah, it's to keep little kids from putting it in their mouth and then choking on it, I assume. Idiots. Nah, it's not their fault. The children. Where are we? Have we looked at this clip? It's boring anyway, so there's not much going on there. Which app am I in? No, I keep pushing the wrong buttons. Command. Shift Command R. Okay, next clip is snow. That's so cute. Look at that. Oh, that's a short one. And then I must have come in. So this block must have been 4 gigabytes, and then it started a new one. And then I woke up at around, 9:30 to 10. Or I got out of bed at 9:30 or 10. I usually wake up around 9, and then I'm just like on my phone like the idiot that I am. Just can't stop doing it. Amelia started putting her phone in another room, which is strong and powerful. I can't do that. Bit of snow dropping down there. Lexar cards were my favorite. I actually have one here. This is the, maybe they still are my favorites, but this is a normal SD size. Never been a huge fan of SanDisk. The thing is, SD cards by design will fail over time because there's so many little ridges that will break. And the main gripe I have now with these Lexars is that anytime I put it in a camera, the camera's like, you have your right protect switch set to lock. And I'm like, I promise you I don't. Please believe me, I don't have it set to lock because I want to shoot right fucking now. So take the card out, put it back in, and then it's fine. But again, that's the design flaw because putting it in a slot, you can gently nudge that little lock thingy. So not ideal, but you know, what are you gonna do about it? Oh, you know, SD cards are relatively cheap these days, but still, they should be built better. But then they're easily accessible, and everyone's got them, and I don't know. Anyways, next clip. A lot more snow, or maybe not a lot, but definitely some snow there, on top of already existing snow, which is fun. Fine dining with CF Express. I've never linked that, but yeah, Lexar did get bought out. Oh, we got some snowfall coming in here. That's cool. Some snow flurries. You can see it move through the city, or like right in front of the city. Oh yeah, and this crane's been my obsession for the last couple of days. I think, and hear me out here, they're installing new 5G masts on top of this building, which is a council housing flat. It's already rammed full with GSM, what do you call it? Cell phone towers. And then out of nowhere, this huge crane pops up, and like 7 guys on that roof installing new antennas and stuff for 2 or 3 days. So this will be fun to see that crane move around, and snow coming in and wind. That's a big flurry. That was cool. And I assume they just installed, I mean, it's already rammed full with old cell phone tower masts antenna, so I assume the new ones are 5G. Just because that's what they're installing now, I guess. I don't know. Does that mean I have 5G now? Let's have a look. If I turn off my Wi-Fi on my phone, I'm on 4G. I mean, this clip is from like 3 or 4 days ago, so maybe they need to do some tweaking. I assume it's not just a plug and play. That's a good little chat question. What's everyone shooting on? What's the camera you use most? Not necessarily your best camera. What's the camera that you use most? Currently, depending on how you look at it, for the streaming and filming, I'm still on the 1DX2, which is now, what, 5 years old? But my S1 is getting used most of the time, actually, currently. Ooh, hold on. Oh no. Can I show that? Can we go there? Oh, sunset's about to be an absolute monster of a sunset. Let me just open that so I can have a look. That's sad. Stream comes first though, but I will do a quick sneaky photo and show you what's going to happen. Oh, you can see it. Fuck. Alright, let's see if I can show you that. I wish I could have a wireless, I'll try and set that up for the next stream. Main camera. Currently, what we're looking at outside, sunset orientation, is looking like this. So if you watched my sunset prediction video, you'll notice a gap on the horizon with a big glow. And that glow is already hitting the bottom of these clouds here, which are mid-altitude clouds, and we have some good high-altitude cloud here as well. So these are actually fantastic circumstances. So in about 10 minutes, I think the sun's or less, the sun's gonna pop out of that gap, and it's just gonna bang. I'm gonna close the blinds because I don't want to get distracted, and I've got a camera running on it. So stay tuned. Oh, depending on how long the stream goes, we can edit that time lapse live on camera. That'll be fun. So yeah, if you stick around for another hour, I'll pop the SD card out and show you what it looked like For now, I'll try not to get too distracted. Well, there's the microphone, by the way. And my inversion table. That's another gift for the people that stick around for 3-4 hours. You get to see me go upside down for my back. All right, back to OBS. Let's go back to editing view. Yeah, fuck. Sunset's gonna be great. Anyways, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Back to Final Cut. Reviewing this clip. Pretty boring, but 3 minutes left. So, okay. 40, almost 2 minutes long now, this time lapse. Yeah, we've seen some things. This building's flashing like crazy here in the middle. Not sure what they're doing. Maybe programming or dialing in some settings. Is that building that's flashing? Surely, yeah. They wouldn't hit all of that otherwise. Crazy. Maybe I'll have a quick look on these cameras here because I didn't follow that chat. Timo, 600D. Oh my god, man. 600D was my first camera. I still have that in Sydney. Got a 6D, 5D Mark II, OG, your phone. Wrote a whole chapter about shooting on phones today, even on iOS. There's an app called Skyflow, I think it's called. And it seems to be the one-stop shop for all your time-lapse needs. Raw shooting, multiple lenses, HDR, adjustable settings while you're shooting. So Henry, if you've got an iPhone, or anyone that's into time-lapse that has an iPhone, check out Skyflow, I think it's called. Has great ratings as well. I don't have an iPhone, but Amelia's got a new one, so I installed it on there and had a quick look around so I can write that chapter about how to shoot on iOS. Another weird exposure flicker there. What else we got? Fujifilm. I would really like to shoot on Fuji. I'd love to get in touch with Fuji. If anyone knows Fuji UK, I think Joe Allen's got a contact. Ooh, bit of snow coming down there, or is it rain? Got a contact there. But yeah, Fuji's, they just, aesthetically, they're so pleasing, those cameras. And I assume people love shooting on them as well, because you see them talk about it all the time. Bit of blue light going on here. Oh no, that's still Christmas lights from that building. The R6, I missed the R6. I had it for a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks from Canon UK. I haven't actually shot on the R5. I'd still love to try that. It's just too expensive and it's overkill for what I need. But I am looking for a replacement for the 1DX for the streams. I need to stop buying cameras. There's a sound on TikTok now that's like, what is it? I don't have a problem. It's like, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. That's gonna be me with cameras in a couple of days. I'll make that TikTok for my reel. I haven't posted a reel today yet as well. Day 29, a reel a day. It's done fuck all, by the way. But it's fun to go through old clips and repost old stuff. 7D, Canon EOS R, Mavic Air 2, cool. Insta360 One X2. David, how's the new One X2? Got some more Fujis. The Stormtrooper. Ooh, sunrise. Anything interesting? A little bit of exposure pumping there. That'll be interesting to try and fix that using a plugin. But, I mean, it's probably not worth it coming in. Love seeing the light hits in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that took a while. That's taking a while. You see this movement here. I'm just rewinding. You see the sunlight shine from, obviously, from all the way left to the far end. And this band here, this dark bit, is the shadow of the Earth because of the sphere, and the sun is shooting like that, and the light's just not hitting this bit. And that little bit is what we're looking at in the bottom right here. And then the sun, where we turn into the view of the sun, and then it hits everything. Caroline, hello, hello. Welcome. Trying to remember the city you're in, but I can't. It's East Coast, I want to say. East Coast US. Pete's on the second beer. I'm on the second beer, but actually it's alright. A third in maybe. Not too bad. Oh, Caroline's got the merch as well. Caroline ordered merch from the last stream, so limited edition, limited run. I really wish I got the new samples in today so I could show them off, but I'll have to be for the next stream. What are we doing? We're checking out the next clip, which was yesterday morning. Wow, that's gone quickly. create transition. Nepal, hello. I was in Nepal in, what year was I there? 2015, I reckon. We did here's that crane again. What did we do? We flew into Lukla, the world's, for the non-Nepalese viewers, the world's most dangerous airport, which is in between a mountain face and a cliff, is a slanted runway that you fly into with a small ass plane. And as we were flying in, I could see a crashed helicopter to the left and a crashed plane to the further right of the runway. And they were disassembling that and taking it apart. And we were flying in a new Russian plane, a relatively new small Russian plane, and it was so small with all these things strapped in everywhere. It's not like a normal plane. And you can see through the cockpit because there's no cockpit. It's just a small ass plane. So you can see past the pilot, and you're flying through the mountains, and you're flying so close to the cliff edges and sides that the warnings are going off in the plane, and it's like, warning, altitude, altitude, altitude. By far the most stressful flight of my life was flying from, I think, Kathmandu to Lukla airport. Whoa, look at that halo. Now that is a halo and a half. That is huge. So halos are atmospheric AT optics, atmospherical opticals, what do you call it? The widest on the GoPro I think is 15 or 16 mil equivalent. So the sunlight is hitting these super high altitude clouds. These wispy clouds are very high altitude, and look at these bottom clouds as well. Stunning, stunning. And yeah, the light refracts through these ice crystals or whatever, bounces around in a certain way and creates this big ring around the sun, which is cool. You need specific conditions for it, temperature and humidity and this and that. And yeah, and then you get that, and we get some oh no, I misread that. That's a lens flare. I thought it was an airplane trail. Yeah, great conditions. A little bit of, what is that? Oh no, they're birds. A little bit of birds. I figured out that this building here has a railing on the top, and it's like a gathering spot for the local pigeons, which is fine. But you know, what are they up to all day? What are these pigeons doing? Or maybe they're seagulls. They're seagulls, sorry, not pigeons. Or gulls? I don't know if a seagull, fucking doesn't matter. I have not had damage from shooting into the sun with a GoPro like this. The sun is a very small pointy light. If I had a long lens, I would be getting worried, but so wide, nah, I don't think it's an issue. Oh yeah, okay, this is what I've been waiting for. This cloud system here. Like, what's going on? It looks weird, it acts weird when moving in. It's kind of like, first of all, look at those rays, but also like fluffy on the side. Like this movement here is strange. And then I noticed like stuff coming out of it, and I'm like, that's too slow to move like rain moves. And I'm like, that must be a local snowfall. And we have friends living in a suburb over in Clerkenwell between us and the Barbican. And we have a little group chat, and we posted a photo of this localized snowstorm. They're like, yeah, it's snowing here right now. So I got it on the S1 as well. But this is just like a localized dumping of snow moving through the shot, which I thought was absolutely wonderful. And it looked so odd. And I never shot something like that, so that was pretty fun. Krishna, this is a 10-second interval. Oh yeah, and then we had a nice sunset. 10-second interval for 240 hours. Look at that sunset, and look at that movement of those clouds. A couple of rays. Whew. Stunning. Minneapolis. Sorry, I missed some chat going back up. Focal legs. Yeah, so Kathmandu was a short bit. We were there. We went to a temple. I forget the name of the temple for this TV show. Talked about it last time as well. Ugly white balance here at night. Not good at all, but it corrected itself. Wow, so I actually don't think I made a 1 hour long time lapse, despite thinking initially it was going to be 2 hours long. It's now less than that. Still fine. I mean, I haven't seen too many 10-day time lapses like this, especially not with a live commentary. gonna start burping again. Here we have Orion again hitting the scene on the top left with Beetle. I don't know how you say it in English actually. Beetlejuice in het Nederlands, Dutch. Orion's belt, Orion's sword, Nebula here. Having a flashback to an hour ago. Deja vu. So Ken, this is straight out of camera. Only thing I did today was hit stop, take the SD card, load it into my hard drive, and then import the files, the video files, because I shot them as video, into Final Cut. And we've just been stitching them live together, one after the other, reviewing the clips. And yeah, it's not perfect, obviously, but for a plug-and-play setup that you can power indefinitely with a USB-C port or charger, this is fantastic. Like, this is really cool. I can't wait to, we'll do a quick render in a bit and speed it up in 10 days in 10 seconds, for example. Which is also why I'm using Final Cut, because I'm just faster and more efficient at using it, and it deals with like speeding up stuff like that faster without rendering crazy render times. So, oh, thanks for subscribing, Collab Rankings, because I visited your country. How nice. How many extra subscribers would I have if everyone that subscribed? That doesn't even make sense. I wonder how many countries I visited. How many countries are there? Like 100 and... How many? I remember this fact. There's like more countries competing in the World Cup than there are countries. Or something crazy. How many countries? There's 195 countries. Or in the Olympics. Yeah, there's 195 countries, but the Olympics has 206 countries competing. Explain that. $8.50 for 6 half-liter bevies. Well, I'm only at £5.60, so just saying, the super chat button's right there. I can see it now. I'm kidding. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this for increasing the community vibe, and so I can just have an excuse to nerd out over crazy time-lapse footage like this. Like, look at that cloud movement on the left before the city. These like rolling waves. And I assume sunrise is soon-ish because of the light hitting the left side of the screen, kind of, maybe? I don't know. Snapshots from around the world, yeah, that would be cool. Hey, what happened there? Oh, it's because there's a there's a transition at the end. I was like, did the GoPro make a fade to black in the time-lapse? Nope, doesn't do that. Next clip, yesterday at midday. And we've passed, wait, have we? No, we haven't. We haven't passed the 1 hour mark. And I don't think we'll make that. It's close though to 1 hour. 206 states, yeah. Ah, that's smart to put the Google knowledge. Yeah, to put a phone bank battery. That looks like a nice sunrise. Wait, was that this morning? No. Look at that light hitting, coming through the clouds. I think that's the one I shared on my reel yesterday. Let's play that back because I'm distracted. Yeah, put a phone battery on your mount for your GoPro and just plug it in there. But yeah, that's kind of what I did, but I just plugged it in the wall and I've got a cable coming through the window. We got some snow again on those rooftops, which is lovely. It's a nice golden glow. And yeah, this is definitely the sunrise that I shot on the S1, which you can watch on my reels. We're at 90 viewers. That is freaking wild. Honestly. Cheers. Birds. Are birds real? What do you guys think? That's the whole meme. Like, are they in what were like Ronald Reagan culled all the pigeons in the US years ago and then replaced them with CIA spy robots? And that's what birds are now. And anytime I make a meme joke about birds on my Instagram story, I get like Josh, my former, sadly, editor, and and other people being like, birds are real. I'm a wildlife photographer. How dare you? Obviously, it's a piss take. It's a joke, but I do like saying stupid shit like that. Like, are birds actually real? Who knows? You can't prove that, can you? Does anyone have a favorite bird? Right, another clip. Ooh, maybe we will hit the hour mark, or maybe we won't. Yeah, Ken, so I didn't process these files at all. Literally took them off the card, put them in Final Cut, and we're watching that. So they're straight out of camera, there's no editing involved. All I've been doing is adding little fade transitions from one shot to the next, because every day I would stop and start the sequence, so in case it got corrupted, I wouldn't lose a lot of data. So straight out of camera, shot in night lapse mode. I think it's on the pinned comment as well. But I can't expand that. Shot in night lapse mode on full auto settings, so auto ISO, auto white balance, auto exposure and stuff. And this is what all that footage looks like. So it's not bad, really. I haven't played with changing the limit for the max ISO, which might help with noise for the night shots, because it is a bit noisy at night. Oh, we got another AT optics phenomenon. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong window. Remember that halo I was talking about around the sun? That sometimes shows as a 22-degree halo. I don't know where 22 degree comes from. Got to look that up. But it's also called a sun dog. And you will see that, and we see this in a lot of my time lapses here, as this bright little patch here, and then the same distance to the sun to the other side is another bright patch, which shows up more when there's movement here. And that's called a sun dog. And every now and then you see a video clip go viral from skiers in the ski fields where it's high altitude and there's lots of cold stuff flying around, whatever. And they see this crazy, like, the sun is above the mountain and then looks like two extra suns. And this is like a light version of that. But yeah, it's a really cool optical phenomenon caused by high altitude ice crystals, I believe. Every bird that's not ruining my time-lapse shot is my favorite bird. Fair enough. Yesterday, I was expecting a hater of a sunset. Speaking of sunsets, let's check. Oh my god! It's kind of looking like what you're looking at now, right outside, currently. And I think it's about to blow. Even though the cloud deck has moved, the sunset is about to pop off because the sun is just about to come down and hit the bottom of all of that and the bottom of the high altitude clouds as well. So that is looking nice, and in probably like less than a minute I'll notice the light coming through the shades, but the camera's shooting it, so we're all good. So back to the editing screen. Oh, Amelia's in the chat. Yeah, so Henry was shooting this sunset yesterday. That's Henry's curse, apparently. Ruining my time-lapse. It's like when I set up a long-term time-lapse, it turns into grey mush. This one didn't end up in something big. But still nice clouds. This is another thing I like. I think they're Alto Cirrus clouds. I'm not 100% sure on that naming, but look at these kind of like lines and shapes in them, like this zigzag pattern. How does that happen? Like, how does that pattern happen? It goes all the way up here as well. This little zigzag through the sky. What, like the ripples caused by what? Different air pressure? Is that a thing? Like, how are these shapes so recurring? Oh, love time lapse. I always appreciate how Matt takes the time to answer all my dumb questions on Instagram DMs. Some people take the DMs too far, but I do try to answer everyone. Whereas I tell that to my friends, fellow, creators, influencers, whatever you want to call it, and they're like, I can't believe you open everyone's messages. And I'm like, well, first of all, I appreciate it when someone answers my question or acknowledges my existence. Second of all, I can't stand notification bubbles. So I have to open the message to get rid of the notification, and then I don't want to be rude and leave someone on seen or read, so I just take 10 seconds to reply. But that adds up, trust me. Adds up a lot over time. Let's have a quick check on the sunset. The sun's out now. Right, the sun's right in my eye. 94 viewers, are you kidding me? How is this happening? How is this stream popular? What's going on? So we're looking at some high altitude clouds moving. Looks like a bit more moving, lower altitude moving totally the other way around. Totally to the right. Yeah, Pete, I mentioned that earlier. A meteorologist course, that was the word I was looking for. I'd love to do that. To get like a degree in climate, I guess. So I can actually pinpoint, actually explain what's happening. And maybe that's a good investment for these kinds of streams as well, because I'm not stopping, I'm not going to shoot any less time lapses. If anything, I'm only shooting more. And if I can hang out on Friday afternoons, have a couple of beers with you lovely lot, and just talk shit about time lapses and be nerdy about weather systems and movements and talk about time lapse gear. We got a whole exciting unboxing coming up as well, live on camera. First time opening the Genie One. I can talk about my ebook. There's so much stuff we can do. How exciting! Hello, Anmol Kumar Prajapati. Welcome. That's the Met Office. Marcel Schaufelberger. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words, everyone. God, what an enormous ego boost after a couple of long days of work. Just have fellow cloud lovers. Okay, so that's the next gear bit. The merch obviously exists because of the Time Warper kind of branding that I'm putting out now. We got the Time Warper mug. We got the Time Warper hat, which is relaunching soon. I wish I could share it today. I want to make a t-shirt as well. There's two options. I don't want to spam people with it too much, but either it's Time Warper. Oh my god. Amelia just walked in. It's so scary. I know, I've been taking photos on the chat and then showing the camera.
I know, I've been watching them. Hello.
Amelia's here, everyone. She was like, you ignored me last time you were streaming. What was I talking about? T-shirts. Hold on, let's check the sunset. Oh, it's looking so nice. Quick peek. T-shirts. So 2 t-shirts I want to release, but I don't want to do it at the same time. Focus. Oh, it's not focusing properly. There we go. One t-shirt is the Time Warper t-shirt. Don't even know if you can hear me. And the other t-shirt is... Wow, look at that sky. I'm going to pause that and replay that in a sec. The other t-shirt simply says, I like clouds, which is completely brand agnostic and doesn't necessarily have anything to do with time-lapse. But this is what the outside looks like currently. The sun is setting between the Barbican and the new building, which I forget the name of, but that building is built next to the oldest cemetery in London called Bunhill Fields or something. Anyways, back to the edits. Let's play that sunrise back, because I wasn't paying attention. Hey Mark, I got some new names in here. Hello. Whoa, look at that sunrise. So that was this morning's sunrise, the one my camera messed up. Of course, it happens on the craziest sunrise. You can tell from the reflection in this building, in those windows. The fact that so much light is hitting the opposite side of sunrise means it was fantastic. And I had a sunrise shot set up, I had the camera set up, but I think something happened because of the cold. It bugged out the camera and it made an error. Because when I went and checked it, after, when I got up, it had error on the top screen. Which is so sad. Ugh. Oh well, there'll be more of those. But not really though, that's the thing. That's why I like time-lapse so much, and that's why I'm a data hoarder. Every sunset, every sunrise is different. Totally different. So we got a glimpse of this morning sunrise, which I missed on the camera because of a technical error, which is why I recommend some nice clouds there, damn. Investing in good quality gear and not skimp on cheap stuff that's not reliable. Very interesting movements here on these, what I believe are Alto Cirrus clouds. Let's actually check that real quick. No, I'm thinking of another type of cloud. Sorry, Alto Cumulus is what I'm thinking of. These ones. I said Alto Cirrus earlier as well. I meant Alto Cumulus. That's those bands I was talking about earlier, yeah. Like fluffy patches. Yeah, exactly that. So, yeah, missed the banger of a sunrise. That's disheartening, but getting some nice glow right now. Cirrocumulus, yeah, I guess it's depending on the altitude. Got some nice movement here, multiple layers, very nice. I can't believe we're just short of the hour. But we're not done yet, I think. Where are we? No, one more clip, but yeah, we just didn't make the hour. So total length of the clip, the 10-day shoot, is 57 minutes and 43 seconds. Bummer. I guess at least it'll, I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, I have 1 hour almost of time-lapse footage. I'll add some title cards to the end so that the YouTube upload is 10000. So it's not actual clickbait. So yeah, title IDs, fellas, in the chat. Play everything back. LinkedIn Learning. I've actually heard about that. Someone messaged me about LinkedIn Learning, but I didn't know what it was. And I didn't realize that Linda had changed. They must have been bought out by... Yeah, Henry, actually, fantastic ID. I'm just going to do some frame blending and slow a couple of clips down. Maybe the fast clips. See, that's the thing. If the GoPro hadn't messed up, I would have had a... Look at those rays. Nice. I would have had a bloody 1 hour long clip because some of that was faster than what I shot it as. Would have been nice to have finished it on the current sunset, which isn't blowing up as much as I thought it would, so that's good. But then I wouldn't have been able to show you guys this, so very cool. Let's look at that. So the start was on the 2nd of Feb. And let's just confirm, yeah, that's the last clip. So 40, almost 45 gigabytes. 57.5 or almost 58 minutes of footage. So who in the chat can I'm you're talking LinkedIn, who uses LinkedIn? I know a lot of fellow creative professionals are on it as well all the time and are doing YouTube videos and live streams and this and that, and I'm just like, I don't know what my place is on that platform, who to connect with or who to talk to or how to handle it. My friend Goldie, she's I think the biggest video creator on the platform. And we're doing a stream in June or July. But yeah, I don't know anything about LinkedIn. What I do know is that I'm going to cut this into a new sequence. Where's my footage going? What? What just happened? I'm not going crazy, right? Like all of that footage just disappeared. What? Duplicate project. Open that duplicate project. There's no footage in here, and the previous project that I just duplicated also has no footage. interesting, ballsy, and now Command Z isn't bringing it back. Oh, there we are. Shift Command Z. That was the final transition, final shot. Okay, don't really know what's going on there, but I will make a new composition with the same pixel size, and then we're going to use that one to speed the whole thing up. And I just copied all those clips. I'm now selecting all the clips. It's not me. I've edited drunk before. Plus I've only had like a beer and a half. So I'm not drunk yet. You know I'm drunk when we're in the inversion machine on the live stream. Alright, so I've selected all the clips. I've hit Alt G, which creates a sort of a nested sequence, you could call it, or a grouped clip. And we're now going to go to the speed. We're going to 20x that, which gives us a, wow, still a 3-minute long video. And here you see the power of Final Cut Pro. Premiere could never. I mean, it's playing back super choppily, so that's not a great, a great ad. But what do we do? Yeah, I'm gonna render that. Use the loo. Still have a beer. Shouldn't be going too fast. Control R to render. Be back in a GIF. I mean, untitled project. Yeah, that's the. Hold on, that's weird. Yeah, that's the new project I made. There's also a delay between the chat and what I'm doing, which is annoying. But the untitled project, I don't know why I made two, contains the new stuff, but at least the aspect ratio, the resolution's fine. But when I duplicated the original 10-day time-lapse project, both the content in the existing project and the new duplicated one disappeared, so I had to make a new one, and that was untitled because I didn't title it. Let's just call it 10-day time-lapse sped up. And we can delete that one. And we're in this now. Okay, so select that clip, Control R. When I start belching, yeah, that's a good point. 2 seconds. Yeet. Should have put it back on play, but I forgot. Also, say hi in the chat. I'm going to film a little story for my Instagram story. So, yeah, just wave or clap or say hi or something. We are live. We are reviewing 10 days of time-lapse footage. We're just struggling, or the computer's struggling. And we have some people in the chat. Some familiar faces, some new names, some old names. And look at that. I can't believe I've got 92 viewers concurrently. That's absolutely wild. And the chat's saying hello, Instagram. Love it. Hello. Bye. Also, check out the vibe of this room. Very nice. Haven't had a beer since '93. Props to you, Ken. That is strong. Well done. Italy, hey, Francesco. Buonasera. 6:14 over there, I guess. Right, this rendering's taking a while. This computer is also taking a beating. Not too bad. Not too hot. Actually bought a, let me grab it. I bought a temp gun. Temp gun to check my forehead. Where's my screen? What are we at? 34. Fuck, I'm cool. What? How am I 34 degrees? I'm streaming, I'm drinking, I'm dancing, I'm singing. We're supposed to be hotter than that, right? Seen that? 34 degrees? What's the computer at? Hold on, change mode. I think I was on the wrong, yeah, 36.9, nice. Surface. My computer's at 42.3 degrees. Okay, cool. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Turns out I'm fucking dead, so let's keep this party going for as long as I can. Oof. Alright, almost done this render. That's long. Usually Final Cut's much faster. Maybe it's because I'm doing all this other shit at the same time. Fahrenheit, what's that? That sounds incredibly inefficient and stupid to use. Celsius gang in the chat. Let's go. All right, 3 minutes. Let's just see what it looks like. I don't even know what it's gonna say. What this is gonna do. 10 days, 10 sunrises, 10 sunsets, 10 nights in winter. So how many hours of daylight and nighttime? I don't know. But let's hit play, see what happens. Ooh, that's too fast. Hey Matt, what interval should I use? Not that one. That's just ugly and jarring and takes you out of the cinematic illusion. But it is nice when you see the moon setting or the sun rising or something like that. But cloud movement is supposed to be fluid because it's fluid dynamics. And that sunset was too fast. Orion, wow, you can really see the lens distortion become apparent there because Orion like stretches out and then stretches in when it drops. That halo's back. Low cloud lifting up. Yeah, I don't like fast time lapses. It's like shooting water on a beach or a river. I don't like it. The whole idea of a time lapse is to create a cinematic illusion, to draw your viewer into this world of different time frames. And if it's jarring and jittery and like these clouds, they're just like, that's not it, fam. So yeah, you gotta find the right interval, I guess. But it is cool. Oh, that was funny, that building's lights going up and down again. But yeah, you miss all the beauty of the fluid dynamics that we've just been staring at for 2 hours plus almost. Bloody hell. So the first stream I did, okay, I want to stop it here. See the building lights here? I posted that on, I don't know where it was, I posted it somewhere. And I was like, what is that? What's going on? And do they have like a light installation that takes forever? But no, it's probably security or cleaning crews doing the rounds, and that's how you get these, you know, movements in buildings. Is it there as well? Yeah, look here as well. That's it. Weird, because they're residential buildings and that's a business building or like a commerce building. Never too choppy, not for chopper. Guus de Pre, welcome. Vlaamse Vrijdag. Haven't done Vlaamse Vrijdag on my Instagram in a while. Way too fast. Ugly. Disgusting. That was a nice sunrise? Or one of the nice sunrises. What if we speed this up again? Well, Hasita, we will. 10 days and 10 seconds. That's the next edit. Got some snowfall. We got that big ass crane installing the 5G masts. Allegedly. Or presumably. I don't know. I can open the window as well now because the sun's gone. And yeah, sunset's been kind of a fizzle. Still a bit red on the horizon, but nothing too crazy. It is nice watching long astro shots because it gives you like a proper appreciation for how we're moving through space and tumbling through the stars, or how it appears that the stars are moving through the sky. All these buildings do that. You notice that? All these buildings have these lights going on in a sequence. It's so cool. Here as well. Don't even know what that building is. And yeah, all these big flat buildings, they I think apparently have light sensors, so they go on and off depending on how the light sensor is angled, so they're not in sync, and they're different depending on the cloud cover and stuff as well. All right, how fast we've gone from an hour to 3 minutes to, let's do 1 minute. No, let's do 30 seconds, and then let's do 10 seconds. I'm gonna go custom for that. Duration 10 seconds. Quick render. Oh. How do I go from C to F? I don't even know. That's a quick render. We're rolling through space there, yeah, bro. Fucking, we're all just specks of dust. We're the universe that's become aware of itself, which is actually so sick. Alright, 10 seconds, let's go. And then if we go to 1 second, that'll be the next one. But yeah, how long is that? Oh, anyways, okay, 10 days in 10 seconds. Bloody hell. I prefer that over the 3 minute one. Let's play back. What do you think? I think that's cooler than 10 days in 3 minutes. Yeah, I've been on Final Cut since it came out. I'm actually a trained, certified Final Cut Pro 7 or Final Cut 7 trainer, I guess. I went to film school. I've got a film editing degree. We were trained in Avid and Final Cut 7. And then right as I finished film school, Final Cut Pro came out. And then I had the company that I was working at, I did some research and I told them, you have to switch to Final Cut Pro X because you'll save 82% in your post-processing time because of its more intelligent dealings with codecs and stuff. This is cool. I like that. Now, can we fit it in 5 seconds? Final Cut Pro. Bit. So we've sped this clip up to 34,625%. Let's go cheeky 5 seconds then. Render that. Control R to render. Should be quick because that's not too many frames. And then can we even fit it in 1 second? That's 25 frames, and we've got 240 hours of footage. That's a bit of a squeeze, isn't it? How do I get rid of that? Index. What was the length of this clip? 5, okay. Also not bad. You can kind of make that into a loop and have it loop indefinitely. I'm also trained in Avid Media Composer, yeah. So Avid is an interesting program, and I know a lot of big productions still use it, but I haven't touched Avid in ages. 69,000%, nice. Custom, let's go 3 seconds. Wait, oh, wrong button. 3 seconds. Render that. This is fun. I can just endlessly play with time-lapse footage and show you what it looks like. Add it to my intro. Yeah, I agree with the randomness of the clips, but I prefer the 10-second one over the 3 minute one for sure. Back to the first frame. 1, 2, 3. See, that's why I was so annoyed at that little jump in camera, because then you gotta fix the positioning, because halfway through it, the camera changes position. Let's enable looping, so it'll just play. If anyone's epileptic, I am sorry. I didn't expect this to look like that, or to do a fast replay like that. But yeah, wow, what a trip. I'm actually getting a little bit nauseous looking at that, I think. So let's speed it up even more. 115,000% shit. Okay, 1 second. No, let's do 2 seconds. And then 1 second. That's crazy. So, if it's 10 days in 1 second, that's a day every 2.5 frames, right? Is that right? That's too fast! Because of the loop, it gives it a little bit of lag when it hits the replay, so I'm just gonna copy and paste a bunch and then start that again. That just doesn't look nice at all. Makes me sad. Anyways, I'm not actually gonna put something out like this. It's just fun to play with and see what it looks like. Alright, final 1 second, and then we'll have a quick look at that unboxing, shall we? Render that, copy it at the end, paste it. Control R, back to the start to let it run. Command 9 for the render queue. Yeah, Avid has that design of 20 years ago. The weird buttons and the shading and stuff. But it's still... Actually, I don't know, because I haven't opened it in years. But it had its use at the time. Despite... I mean, I really didn't like using it. But it made sense. It was the similar feeling probably from... Like people have when they go from Premiere Pro to Final Cut Pro. They're like, this magnetic timeline doesn't make sense. And I'm like... It's the only timeline that makes sense. Trust me. Believe in me. I know what I'm doing. Final Cut Pro's magnetic timeline is genius and was a shift in the post-processing or post-production landscape that has been so interesting to witness how people react to it or respond to it. I think it's the best thing that has happened to post-production since I don't even know what. Yeah, there's a lot of things. By the way, if you're into filmmaking and analog stuff, the slow-mo guys on their channel released a slow motion, I can throw it up on the screen later, slow motion video of how a old 16, I think Super 16 millimeter Russian film camera works in slow-mo. Loved it. I knew the theory, I knew the designs and the drawings and how it all worked and stuff, but to see it in action, how the little wheel grabs the hook, grabs the film and pulls it down frame by frame when the mirror spins around in front. So cool. All right, this is, this is 1 second. This is fucked. I'm almost tempted to go even faster now just to have it. This is like textile music. No, what is it? I don't even know. They're like 180 beats per minute. Trash. Yeah. Not good. Not a fan. Let's just go back to 1 minute. Because we haven't done 1 minute. And then we'll do an unboxing. Duration. Render? Yeah. Slow-mo guys. Oof, what a channel. Hello, I'm Gav. I'm Dan. And welcome to, and we are the slow-mo guys. It's kind of funny because I'm the opposite of them. They deal in the slower side of the time spectrum. I'm on the fast side. I'd love to meet him one day. Be like, hey, collab? Resolve, I've been researching and planning a series on. It has the same timeline as Premiere Pro, so a non-magnetic timeline, I believe. The magnetic timeline just makes sense. So much sense. But it is weird when you start with it. But it's weirder to go from when you've adopted a magnetic timeline and you go back to a non-magnetic timeline. That is bad. This is rendering. I'm going to grab a bevy. Amelia's doing Pilates in the other room while I'm grabbing cold ones out of the fridge. Different vibe. I prefer mine. My computer's already tried to commit suicide by sucking in enormous amounts of dust from this room, apparently. I got it back from the servicing center yesterday because of the blowing. It's blowing right now. It's at, I don't know if that's visible. Fan 1 and fan 2 are peaking, you know? They dropped a couple hours ago and they're absolutely peaking. They're having the time of their life. But yeah, it's fucking loud. But I get it now because I'm doing some pretty intense video rendering and running Chrome, which is not ideal for a Mac. And I've got an audio feed, I've got a video feed. It's streaming to the internet, this and that. But yeah, they hot. 69, nice. My PC build, it's a full spec MacBook Pro from 2000 and late 2019. And the reason it's a MacBook Pro is because I use Final Cut too much for my day-to-day edits. I use Premiere Pro for a project when I need to round trip to After Effects a lot, which isn't a ton, but I use After Effects a lot. And I know they're cross-platform, but Final Cut only runs on Mac. Used to do a lot of travel for work, so it made sense to get a very powerful laptop computer that would allow me to work intensely from wherever. As soon as I bought it, pandemic hit. Bada bing, bada boom. We're a year later now, and there's still like 1,000 people dying in the UK. So yeah, yay Tories, government. Let's not get political. Let's crack another beer. 69 viewers, nice. I'd love a PC. Once we're settled, definitely somewhere, I'll definitely build a huge rig. But yeah, I mean, I just invested the equivalent of 9,500 Australian dollars in this computer, so I don't really want to spend more money. Paid 4.3k pounds, I think. Way too much. Anyways, all right, final review. Let's play this one back. I think this is the minute-long one. Yeah. Yeah, still looks a bit fucked, but nice sunset. YouTube showing an ad for Premiere Pro. I'm getting ads on my stream? That's fantastic. Monetize me. Chat revenue, £5.60. All right. I was surprised at how many views I got on the previous live stream, like 1,600 after the fact, and when I finished it already had like 900, which is crazy. Because sometimes I upload a video and it just totally bombs, which is very demotivating. But fair enough, you know. Some of my content I make for search engine operations. Some of it's for the fans, some of it's for me. You gotta find a nice balance. A good example of that is when I made the how to make a time-lapse with iMovie video, because I found a gap in the market, did some search or keyword searches, and there wasn't a good piece of content about iMovie. I know a lot of people use it. I know a lot of people search for how to do it, and it's horrible for time-lapse. But the video that was made about how to do it sucked. So I made it myself, and then it underperformed massively at the start. Like if the curve goes like that, my average view time, the video went, or my average view count, video was like here. But now, Yeah, I have to step back. That video is going like that because it's been picked up by search algorithms and it's paying off. It's bringing me new views, subscribers, and that helps me to make more content and do more streams and stuff. So anytime I make a piece of content that doesn't seem to fit the current audience that I have, realize that it's a necessity and that it's stuff that you have to do to survive. Survive and thrive. It's my new tagline. Not really. Anyways, I realized that I've got the loop on, so that just keeps looping, so we can watch that forever. Alright, enough playing with time lapses for now. Let's switch views. I really got to put some hotkeys on my keyboard. Main camera. There we have it. Got the microphone. Microphone in the hizzy. Doesn't really matter, does it? Cool. How am I going to... I guess I can put a chat on the sides here. Scott coming in clutch with the $10 donation. My human. I cheers to you. Everyone claps in the chat. Beer money. And the tiniest bump in motivation. Absolutely love it. Scott, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Fair Little Peach is in the chat as well. Incredible. Sean, Fair Little Peach. In this box is a rotting fruit. No, that's not true. Backstory. Sean is a good friend of mine from back in Sydney. She's a wonderful illustrator. And she has been harassing me for the last 2-3 years to make rotting fruit time lapses, which is not something I am passionate about. It's something I want to do, but up until recently I haven't had the space to do that. Before I get sidetracked about rotting fruit too much, Scott, thank you so much for the donation. Very much appreciated. The chat revenue is now almost £13. Plenty of beers can be bought and drunk with that. But yeah, rotting fruit time lapses. It's a different kind of content. It kind of suits this style of content. It's just like a dedicated, committed, long playing time lapse stuff with no personality behind it, with not me behind it or like giving an intro. That's something I'm always thinking about. Like, should I put myself in the front of my video and be like, today you're watching this, or just let it play? I kind of think that my personality and me as a creator gives more context and more personality to these videos, but then other people just want to zone out and watch rotting fruit time lapses. So I don't know. But beer money. Imagine this was a big old beer can, and this is Scott's donation. Anyways, we've now talked about 10 days worth of time lapse footage on the GoPros. And it was interesting. Technically there's a couple of exposure bumps and a couple of weird white balance changes, but overall I thought it was fascinating to see how some of those weather systems or cloud structures interacted and weren't super turbulent, how clouds move in different directions, how sunlight hits the bottom, the side, and the top of clouds. I could talk about clouds all day long. Maybe we'll do a charity stream someday and I'll just talk about clouds for 24 hours. That was one of the things I wanted to talk about. I got like a list of things I want to talk about. I also want to talk about this box and then about the ebooks that I've done. But this box was sent to me by the Vitec group, which is the umbrella corporation. They own SERP, they own Manfrotto, so tripods and mounts and stuff, clamps, gimbals, ball heads, light mounts, lasso lights, Gitso, all these things. And so SERP is a Kiwi company. This is a New Zealand company. I have them here as little, I assume some of you have these as well. These are little SERP Genie Minis. They're pretty much small, slowly rotating hockey pucks. We used one of these for the 48-hour time lapse. 48 hour? No, I used it for the winter solstice video. Furry Little Peach needs to sleep. Everybody say good night, Furry Little Peach, or good morning. What time is it in Sydney? You're crazy. Well, we have some Sydney viewers, which is amazing. Chopper, Sean. It's pretty funny to replay this one. Also, every time I stream, it gets longer and longer. Is that just how it goes? My first stream was like an hour and a bit, and then it was 2 hours, and last time I was like, oh my god, 3 hours, and we're almost at 3 hours now. Anyways, SERP makes these things, which are mini motion control devices. They slowly move your camera around. You can get a bracket. Let's build. Let's play. Oh shit. just dropped the charger. You can mount them. Hold on, let me figure out. Lens like that. This goes on a tripod. This gets mounted to the side. Actually, let's just build it. So it comes with these brackets. You mount one of them on there. I messed up. And then you mount the other one on the side. It's literally like Legos, but very expensive Legos. It kind of works like that. So now you have a 2-axis motion control system. The bottom thing turns the camera like that, and the other one goes like that. Some of it, don't even know where I was going with that. Yeah, you can adjust it for your camera and stuff. It's an L mount bracket as opposed to a like tower mount, I guess I would call it. This is one of their other pieces of kit, which is a pan and tilt head. So this has that panning and tilting motion in one, but then it becomes quite top heavy, you know, with your camera on top of this. Versus this one, where your center of mass stays relatively low, is pretty good. Now they've come out a few weeks or months ago with another piece of kit, which is like an entry-level device, which enables you to move your camera on a slider, any slider, or it allows it to spin as well. I'm doing a talk about some of the SERP kit that I've been using over the years for CVP, which I don't even know what CVP stands for. It's like a big industry camera and hardware store. And they want me to talk about the Genie Minis, but mostly about the Genie One. So they sent me this box. It's all cardboard, their packaging, cardboard and paper, which I absolutely love. I think that's really cool. So I haven't actually opened it yet. I've taken the top box off. Let me try if I can aim this down a bit. Haven't taken the thing out of it properly yet. So we'll just do a casual unboxing, you know, crack some beers, have a good time. Brazil in the house. Bom dia, I assume. It's morning. What's the time difference in London? Brazil, London time difference. It doesn't say. Anyways, just drop your time in the chat so I know what the time is there. Anyways, eco-friendly packaging indeed. And this is the SERP Genie One, and it's a live unboxing. I'll make a video about it as well, and then we'll pretend that we unboxed it in that video. But in reality, you're getting the exclusive now, the first unboxing. So, circular box. We have a little cardboard thingy here. I gotta remember how to. I guess I can rewatch the stream. This mounts, I believe, on the bottom of the device, and then it turns it into a panning head, which is one of the 2 functions. Some more cardboard, and here we have it, the Genie One head, I guess. Oh wow. Wait, am I? Okay, that's just a tight fit. Comes with a little string or rope or whatever you want to call it. And this has SERP on it. Creative Video Productions, CVP, cool. Yeah, so I'm doing a live stream for them, or like, I guess for SERP or for Vitek on their live stream platform. And here we have it. This is the new SERP Genie One with the rope, and it comes with mounting points as well. But let's first have a quick look at this device, if that focus would work. It's quite heavy. I'm not sure how heavy it is, but I would say 1.5 kilos maybe. It's got a bubble level. I like that, because one of the key things with panning devices or motion control devices, you need them level. So this thing has a motor built in and has this string which goes one way, and then you mount it to a point, and then the other way, and you mount it to another point. And if you just so happen to be on something that can move, this could be a skateboard or on a slider or a rail, this motor in here will slowly move your camera, you know, across the scene, which is cool. It's got a little button interface here, a trigger port, and a USB-C port. And here it has a lock and an unlock. And if I now flick, what did I just do? What is that button? Am I even in focus? It's hard with this setup. It's not great for unboxings. Oh, ooh, that felt nice. Okay. So this, I believe, is called the capstan, which is the, you know, the string that goes around it, and it's nice and solid and secure. And we can replace that with this mount, which now turns it into a panning device. So now it'll slowly move the camera from left to right, looking around the scene. This has the same functionality, I guess, as this. And it's, you know, probably about 3 times as heavy. This is much smaller. I assume this is more powerful. I don't know much about this yet. It's literally a live unboxing, and we're just having some first impressions here. This all pairs with a smartphone app, which allows you to keyframe things and ramp them in and out. And the Genie One also comes with some paperwork and these things, these little mounts through which you can loop that and secure it on one end of a rail, for example, and on the other end. I've got the rail in there, but we'll pull that out next time. Maybe we'll do some motion control live playing. Maybe we can figure out a way how you guys can control a camera for me via a web interface or something. That would be cool. But yeah, so this is kind of a nice starting kit. I don't know the price. Let's do a quick Google search. Genie One. It costs under £400, which for something that allows you to use a slider or a sliding mechanism on pretty much any rail or platform is not bad. Paired with other functionalities, paired with the fact that you can pair it with other kits, it's pretty cool. So say I want to slide and pan at the same time, you got to change this bottom bit, but then you can mount one of these on top. So it's quite interesting. I can make the world's most ridiculous motion control setup and mount all these things at the same time, but we won't be doing that today. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about what I've got, why I've got it, and show it off on camera. And it's literally the first time that I've taken it out of its protective wrapper. And yeah, it feels sturdy. It's a bit heavier than I thought, but I guess that's good as a low heavy base. I like the bubble level a lot. And yeah, I'll be playing with this and doing a separate YouTube video about it, because I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about how all that stuff works. What else did I have? Oh yeah, I mean, I've talked about the merch updates. So these hats are not available yet. They will be available soon, and they will have a nice little Time Warper logo behind it. Same for the mug. The mug is coming soon. I have enabled cryptocurrency payments on my store, because I wanted to do that. I think crypto is, you know, obviously getting more and more noise, and it's just something I was like, can I actually enable that on my shop? I bought some Bitcoin 3 years ago at the peak, and then it dropped, and it took 3 years to level back up to where it was. But I held that money, because any money you invest in, oh, there goes the video again. Any money you invest in that kind of shit, you got to realize that it's, you know, it's lost. That's how you got to look at it, I guess. But didn't lose it, held on to it. Rebooting the camera. An AC adapter would be nice, so I don't have to keep changing batteries, but I got 3 batteries, so like, why would I? Oh, and we're back. That was so quick. Yeah, camera's back on now, babies. Yeah, crypto on the shop. Invested like 5,000 Australian dollars in it at the peak, and now we've just gone back to that peak 3 years later, and now we're at like 9,000 Australian equivalent, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, I do see the value in it, and Tesla's been buying crypto and this and that, so I don't forget my crypto wallet password. Even, I mean, it's a lot of money obviously, but it's not like I've got millions in that. So that's new on the store. The whole store is getting redone. I've got a new platform that's going to be selling stuff. I've got my Lightroom presets live. I'm recording a instructional video for that soon. The new ebooks, so Passive Income for Creatives, my most popular book, which outsold my time-lapse book last year by factor 2, which is incredible, is live now, but I haven't made a proper announcement yet. But it is live. Screw it, let's make a discount code. If anyone's interested in that book, I'll make a discount code right now. and you can get $10 off, because freaking why not? Discounts. So Passive Income for Creatives is now how many pages? It's much bigger than it was before. And it teaches you how to start making money from your hobby. So if you are a cake decorator or a cake maker like Choppa is, or if you're a time-lapse photographer, or if you're into classic cars or anything, as long as you have a little bit of knowledge about the niche that you're in, you can get, fuck it, $15 off. Why not? I'll drop the link in the chat. This book teaches you how you can start using affiliate and referral marketing to make money, how you can build your website, how you set up a store, how you can start capturing email addresses. All of this stuff is explained and is incredibly valuable. I'm going to make a separate channel about it. I've actually made the channel already, just got to populate it with content, make a whole video course about it, but that is live now. I've made a audiobook as well that you can use this discount for. In the chat now. I will deactivate it when the stream is done, so if you want to check it out, you can get $15 off with that, which is pretty good. Passive Income for Creatives is finished, completed, and made into an audiobook as well. That is live. The next book that is getting redone is obviously the Ultimate Time-Lapse Guide, which I finished the rough version for. The first version was 33 pages long, completed. The new version that I made today, the rough edits, is 80 pages long already, and is looking to be more like 150 pages once I add title pages and screenshots and stuff of all the software. So that's going to be the one-stop shop for all time-lapse stuff. Then that will be turned into a video course and this and that. But the Passive Income for Creative stuff is... Yes, Henry, good question. If you bought a previous version of any of my ebooks, you get a free upgrade to the new one. So please don't buy the new one if you haven't. But because I haven't properly launched it, I haven't sent it out. The audiobook has been sent out to the people that got it for free because they bought a bundle ages ago. Chopper just read Passive Income and he's not a reader and he loved it. But yeah, I you know, the majority of the stuff that I've made for the last, possibly the majority of my adult life, has been content that educates people and that teaches people how to do certain things. Mostly revolving around time-lapse photography. But I wanted to do more than that because I feel like I have more knowledge and more skills and I want to share that. Obviously, I can't just share all that for free. There's a lot of stuff available for free. But I wanted to cut all the noise and make just something new. And since I started doing that, that's grown and evolved. And I realized how passionate I am about enabling fellow creators to be smarter or think differently about how they make money. And that's how Passive Income for Creatives came to be, which you will be seeing a lot more of soon. But yeah, if you want to check it out, $15 discount codes in the chat. I think it's selling for 35 or 36 now, I'm not sure. So that's an absolute steal, and that's a thank you because you're here after almost 3 hours. If you bought it previously, you'll get a free upgrade, and that's the same for the time-lapse book. And that's pretty much that. I'm super excited about this. I've been working like a maniac. I haven't had a weekend off in the last 3 weeks, I think. Amelia keeps telling me, she's like, you need to take a break, you're going to have another burnout. And I'm like, no, I want to finish this because these ebooks are the basis for my video courses. I can't start making the video courses if these ebooks aren't in place. And that's what I'm working on. So I'm very happy, and that's why we're celebrating today. I'm very happy that I finished the rough cut of the Ultimate Time-Lapse Guide today, and then I finished Passive Income for Creatives recently. So yeah, Pete actually used the Passive Income book to start selling Lightroom presets, but it's not just that. It's like you can make content or be passionate about cars or ice skating or sustainable travel or vegan cuisine. It's a framework. It provides you with a framework on how to make money, and that's that pretty much. Also, you can become an affiliate to my shop. Anyways, that's it now. Enough promo. I think I've run out of things to talk about. Do I have any other time-lapse content? No, I'm kind of good now. Yeah. See you, level 1 crook. Thanks for stopping by. Haven't actually announced next Friday, but I will right now. We'll do another stream Friday. I think Friday's nice. I do want to switch up the time zones because it's hard for my friends and family back in Sydney to tune in because I do it at this time. So The plan was last week on Friday to do a stream around midday, which is more accessible for them. But I was so deep into writing that I had to cancel it, and I just went ahead. So maybe next week we can do a midday London time stream, which would be nice. And yeah, I want to do more streams. They're so fun. I'm looking at the stats. 2,230 playbacks of this stream. That's 3 times as many views as I got on my last upload. How crazy. And there you go. Henry sold their first affiliate sale last week. How good. What program or website or product was it that got sold? It's good to know. And yeah, chatting with people. But Chopper, you're such an anomaly. Like, it's so late or early in Sydney. I feel like you never sleep. You're just making cakes or doing Clubhouse rooms. Who's on Clubhouse? I know Chopper is. Chopper's the one that invited me to Clubhouse. And I'm going to open it up now. I had to dig out this old iPad from 2014 and gave it like 4 major firmware upgrades. Oh yeah, the time-lapse plus view. They need to make a better percentage for their sales. Clubhouse, yeah, I'm on it. Got 64 followers on this old ass iPad. I don't know where that platform's gonna go though, but it's very hype. So if you can get on it, you should get on it, I guess. But yeah, same username if you want to add me if you're on there. Yeah, so I was on a chat with Mikhail. I don't know, last week about time-lapse for like an hour, but I haven't tuned in because I've just been too busy. But yeah, look at Chopper just rallying the troops, hitting the like buttons. Oh yeah, question. So I changed the streaming settings. How's the video? If you were in the previous streams, does it look better? I upped the bitrate to hopefully get some more sharp looking stuff because it wasn't looking too good last time I reviewed the clip. So luckily I've got fiber internet here, so I can go get some high speeds, which is good. David, you'll be one of the first people to listen to the audiobook. I've only sold like 3 or 4 of them. And it's my first time making an audiobook, so let me know if it sucks. Yeah, the res is limited by the plugin for the Canon at 720p, which is a damn shame. So last streams I was window capturing from the EOS utility at a high resolution, but then there was a delay and stuff. Oh, so you don't even have the option to watch in 1080p. Fuck. Okay, I'll add that to my list of things to fix. Because both in my behind the scenes play and in OBS, it all looks great, obviously. Okay, so Henry reckons 720p is good. What do you mean it's not 8K? I was planning on doing a stream through Restream because my friend Goldie told me about it, but I hadn't set it up yet and I was running out of time because it takes like an hour to set it up and test out new things and change things. But yeah, Restream hopefully will allow me to stream to Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube at the same time and get all the chat in one window as well with a little logo next to who's commenting from where. It's probably hard to like pin comments and stuff, but Restream I want to definitely check out because then I can reach more people. I still have some, people on Facebook that like to tune into my stuff. Yeah, I got to look into the Canon plugins. It's a shame that the webcam plugin's only 720, and I'm not about to change that on stream live because that'll be horrible maybe. But yeah, it's good to know that it looks good in 720. But yeah, look, this is the 4th big stream that we've done. I've done a couple of members exclusive streams, which is, it's not a waste, but I don't think it's the way to go to stream for like a handful of people. I think it's better to do a public stream and then get some new members signing up like we saw today. Thank you if you joined today, if you hit that join button for $1 a month, you can become a honorary time warper, and you get a little badge next to your name and stuff. So that was cool. And your donation goes straight into more bevies and more battery life for the GoPros. I'll look into a HDMI to USB. I assume the 1DX2 has a clean HDMI out. Thinking what else could there be an issue with there? But I guess that's more hardware to put in between. And currently I don't have to change setup if I'm filming or streaming. It's just one USB cable. So I'll do some digging and figure out if I can get a 1080 signal over USB from the Canon. Maybe I'll go back to capturing the window from the EOS utility. And then there's latency issues possibly. I mean, there's latency issues now with the audio. I had to adjust the audio in OBS to get it synced. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's all good though. How fantastically fun. Any weekend plans? Any time-lapse plans? Who's shooting time-lapses on the weekend? By the way, Pete, next week we got to go to Soho. We got to take a photo. Actually, Peter Jan, you would know Rutger.com, world famous DJ photographer, EDM music festival photographer. He's like an ambassador for Samsonite or some luggage company, and they've got a photo of him with his camera and 2 travel cases blown up like massively, and they hung it in their store here. And he asked me to go and get a photo of that storefront because he doesn't have a good photo. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot a photo of Rutger, literally, next week. Hopefully with Pete. Pete, you getting this? A 10-day drone hyperlapse. How many batteries? I've only done 1 drone hyperlapse or 2 drone hyperlapses maybe. And they were so tricky. I've seen some people get crazy results with them. Obviously, a lot of illegal flights as well. They look freaking cool, but I'd be too much of a hypocrite if I were to share and promote those. Yeah, I think it's Samsonite. So Samsonite UK's flagship store has a big photo of Rutger in there. It's like 6 kilometers that way. So that'll be me on a bicycle because I can't walk. Context, lower back issue has led to me standing up more because sitting down hurts, and standing up too long has led to an issue in my foot. Too much pressure on that. But this inversion machine, which we'll do on the next stream, has been helping to ease the pain. Sparko Cam, Windows only. Well, I still have an Asus, old little Asus laptop I can use. But yeah, I'll figure something out. Pete, if you missed it, we're going to Central or West London next week to go shoot a photo of a photo for a friend of mine. I'll DM you. Anyways, what's the time? I think it's pizza time or something. Yeah, I'm roping Pete into Soho, the Soho mission. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is so motivating to see familiar names and new names and people joining and getting beer money to fund the stream, to see the interest, to know that I'm not the only one that is so passionate about how clouds move, which sounds weird. Like, how's that for an elevator pitch? What do you do? Oh, I obsess about clouds. To know that there's this whole little community of you lot out there that are keen to just hang and chat and chill. And hopefully, I mean, I want to do this every week. I want to make this a Friday thing where at, between midday and 3, we start streaming and we just have a good time and look at that week's footage or look at old videos. That's something I brought up last time, is reviewing old projects. So maybe we'll do that next week. If you have any suggestions, you know where to find me. I'm pretty accessible on the DMs, as you found out today. I reply to everyone to my own detriment. But yeah, thank you so much. I'm gonna kill the stream here. Thank you so much, Petrian. So nice to see you. I don't even know when the last time we saw each other. Krishna, hopefully every Friday. Yeah, that's the plan. It's difficult to commit to because of life, but we're still in lockdown, so I'm not really going anywhere. So yeah, hopefully every Friday. This was supposed to be the 4th stream in a row, but last week got got sidetracked because of my writing. But Chopper, I'm about to cry, man. I'm about to cry hard. I'm about to cry tears of beer. Nah. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Spread the love. Be nice. Be friendly. Fucking, I don't know how to end videos. You know? I never do. So, yeah. Peace, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Mwah. Goodbye. Cheers. Beer. One more sip.